What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shake Money. And as always, we are being joined by what's up?
My brother from another mother. What's good with you, Shade?
None. Just here, waiting for
Hey
WrestleMania.
man, listen. Actually, we got WrestleMania. We just had what's the name, SmackDown from last night, which was really good. It was the last SmackDown before WrestleMania
Yeah.
weekend. Actually right now as we speak, I'm watching the New Japan Pro Wrestling Windy City Riot pay-per-view from last night. Um, You got AEW, the pay per view I went to last weekend, which was the AEW Dynasty pay per view here in Philadelphia at the Leah Center. We got, listen, it's a great time to be a professional wrestling fan, yo. That's what it
Yeah.
comes down to, you
Yeah,
know.
because one thing when the WWF and the WCW were having their Wrestle Wars, the true winner was the fan.
Mhm.
Everybody was saying the one who was
Correct.
enjoying the fruits of that of that battle was the fan. You know.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to think about it. It's competition is good. Competition is great. When Vince bought WCW outright,
Hmm.
and then he bought ECW after. I mean,
Yeah.
there was no competition. And when you don't have competition, that means you become complacent. I don't care if you're a regular broke person or a billionaire, you become complacent some way, shape, or form.
Hey, listen.
So I wasn't feeding into it personally, you know. Go
You know
ahead.
what? You know one of the reasons why we have one of these things on our hand is because if there was only one cell phone provider, guess what? We wouldn't be able to afford that shit.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. Thank God it's not Apple, because right now people are wigging out about how much the new Apple 17 is
Yeah.
going to be, and it's going to be 2,500. And I started laughing. I said, "Shit, that's a fucking hoopty. Like you can get a hoopty for that much."
Yeah,
So,
man.
like, yeah, and not to get off the subject real quick, but I've been telling people, like a lot of people have been saying all the time, that Apple has gotten a lot of their ideas from Android and Android has the copyrights to all of it. That's why the Android has a better camera than an Apple, and that's a fact. Went to school for electronics. That's a whole other subject. But anyway, um, yeah, man. WrestleMania is looking good. They added some matches. They added the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits at WrestleMania. I think they added that match, and one good thing that is good about WrestleMania is you're gonna get the Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre match, because Drew McIntyre was legit injured during the spot 2 weeks ago where Damian Priest chokeslammed uh, Damian Priest chokeslammed McIntyre onto the car windshield, and the glass, actually, when the glass splattered, went everywhere. That actual glass went up in the air and actually went into his eye. So he actually had actual fragments of glass in his eye that kept him out a couple of weeks. So yeah, that was a match that was in danger, just like the Kevin Owens and Randy Orton match. But now they have Randy Orton going against a mystery opponent, and everybody's thinking it's going to be Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis is going to come out of retirement and wrestle Randy Orton. That's what everybody's saying it is. But I would hope it would be somebody that's making a new debut at WrestleMania. Because you got two matches that got question marks. So they got, so we're gonna
Hey,
see who goes against, Randy Orton. So
all right. Before we get into that, let's play this intro real quick, and then we'll uh we'll be right back in just 1 second.
let's go.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
Hey, and before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout out. Timu. Amazon. Timu is doing their own streaming services where you can watch
Nice.
original programming on Timu, and
Oh,
I thought
nice.
I'd um jump in on the action. So starting this fall, I'm getting a sneak preview of the new Timu series. You heard about it, Winters?
No, I'm hearing it first from you, my brother.
All right, here it is. Everybody loves Ramon this fall on Timu. I can't wait.
Oh shit. Oh man, that's
And by the
funny,
way, they're paying me
man. Well, yeah.
in cheat and socks. Timu.
Oh shit. You know what? Fucking shake. What's going on with you, brother? How you been, man?
I'm been good. How about you? By the way, Cat for Life wanted me to show you
I
this.
can't. I can barely see it because I don't have my glasses on, but it's okay. I'm
Hey,
looking.
you look awfully familiar. I'm not Chad Gable. I know it's you in there, John Cena.
Yo, people, you know what's crazy? What's crazy is there are people that are taking major offense to that.
What's
And
that?
like I think a lot of the Mexican community, Chad Gable with the whole persona that he's
Mhm.
having. And he's not, they're not feeling it because you know that the lucha libre is taken very seriously. It's a lifestyle of the Mexican culture and professional wrestling, and people take that very dear to heart. So yeah, like it's deep. People have to understand, like some things are much deeper to others. So so
Yeah,
WWE's been doing this shit since WWF, and it's sad to say this. They've always sat there and played around with stuff like this, and I'm not surprised, but people buy it, and people all across the world, which they are a global market. Some people like it. Some people are like, yo, hold on, this ain't right. So,
yeah, man. But a lot of people look. I know luchador is Mexican tradition, but if you look at in Japan, they have similar styles. You know what I mean? Their mask.
well, so,
You know.
uh, Lucha Libre is more high flying style. In Japan, it's more of a strong style over in Japan. They do have high flyers and they have a great cruiserweight division in like New Japan and All Japan and all different Inoa also with a whole bunch of other different organizations over there. But I'll say this. Yeah, the styles are they're the same but different. And like American wrestling is different from European wrestling, like Japanese wrestling.
Mhm.
It's like, it's the basics are still there, but sometimes a whole lot of other things are different. So like the way they take their approach on wrestling is you sit there and people be like, damn, why does it sound like a library in there? It's completely quiet. It's silent. They don't start getting riled up because they look at it as a story. Like you're gonna tell me the story. Like same thing with Americans, same thing with Canadians, same thing with a lot of people across the globe while watching professional wrestling. The Japanese look at it as a story. So I'm not gonna they don't start applauding until maybe 10 to 15 minutes into the match. You know what I mean? Because they know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? And if certain things don't go the same way, they will displease. They will sit there and definitely tell the wrestlers about themselves. So yeah, because there's a lot of wrestlers that have made tours in Japan. We'll sit there and talk about that, and they said, yeah, it really shocked them while going over there that they wasn't going crazy like they were in America, and then they got it after a while. And by just being over there and seeing, okay, I gotta build up a rep. I gotta, even know that I'm this person, look, So yeah, it's definitely interesting, Shay, definitely. But I'm looking forward to WrestleMania, but I wanted to talk about last week's AEW Dynasty here in Philly last week, which was a really good card. But I'll say this, and I'm not going to drag it out. Uh, the Death Riders and John Moxley and this whole thing,
Yeah.
it's not it. And and here's the thing, like as fans, like it's you want your favorite wrestler to win and all that. That wasn't it, Shake. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That wasn't it. Like literally, and I'm not bullshitting you. Literally, it might have been 50 people that cheered that Moxley won. Even people that were fans of Moxley was like, I'm done with this shit. Like, it was really like corny. Like a lot of people were like, "Yo, this is some bullshit. How this shit ended. You know, this is not it." I had a little girl with her father tell me, she's like, "I'm a Moxley fan. I like Moxley when he was with the Shield and WWE and everything like that." But she's like, "This ain't it." And you got a little girl saying that, that's an issue. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing today?
All
Good
right,
morning,
all
good
right.
morning. Hello, Winters.
Yo, I'm here, brother. What's good with you, fam?
I love Cap for Life's energy.
Chilling, man. It's Saturday, y'all.
Yes, definitely man of the hour. What's good with you, brother?
What's
Hey,
good with y'all? What's good? What's going on?
by the way, and
Good, good.
Next week is gonna be a holiday, baby. I don't celebrate it, but I still recognize it as a
420,
holiday.
420, baby. Come on, man. You already know. Come on, man. But that's an
Yeah,
everyday thing.
I,
You know
w-
what I'm
I will be missing.
saying?
You will not
hmm
find me. I will be missing. I will be outside all day.
I gotta, I gotta work. That's the thing that sucks. But after work is on. And shit, it's on,
I
and I
might,
actually start my vacation after next Sunday. So
Uh,
yeah, I might have to watch WrestleMania night 2 on Monday.
definitely. Well, you're here, yo. So, man of the hour and everybody on the panel, did you guys know that both
real quick,
days are going to
sorry,
be
Winters, real
nine
quick.
hours?
Hey, Winters, real quick.
Good.
I'm sorry. I had to interrupt you. Because I hear some. You hear that music? I hear some music in the background. You hear any music? No. I got some sweet chin music coming up.
No.
That's right, goddamn it.
Oh my
Here
God. Oh God,
we
this
go.
guy. This
Here we
fucking
go.
guy. Oh my
Some
goodness.
sweet chin music I'm about to get delivered, goddamn it. That's
What's
right.
going on, crypto?
What's up, fellas?
What's good? What's good?
Mm,
And I'm
yeah,
trying to change.
man.
I'm trying to change my avatar, but it won't let me. I'll be back. Hold on.
All right. But no, what's crazy is yeah, they said both days of WrestleMania is going to be 9 hours each day. That's pre the show itself and post show. I'm like,
I
holy
bet.
smokes.
I bet, bro. Like the past few years, since they've been doing the post show and stuff like that, like I literally get through the whole weekend of WrestleMania like about Tuesday, trying to watch everything.
Right,
Like so by Tuesday, I like try to stay off of social media stuff so I don't see anything, but I still end up seeing stuff. And
right.
like yeah, by Tuesday, no later than Wednesday, I'm already caught up. Like I have to remember now it's Tuesday, I have to watch Raw now also. So it's like
hmm hmm
I be really that far behind just
Right, they gonna
because
spoil
of
you on the Raw, right?
Well, you
that's
think
what they
about it, you
Right.
usually
got
do.
Raw, you got Raw on Monday, then you got NXT on Tuesday, then you got AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, then you got TNA and ROH on Thursday, then you got SmackDown on Friday,
Right.
then
So
you
it's
got
They
hard.
Collision
got
on
the whole week filled
Saturday.
up, it sound
You
like.
got the
It,
whole
it
week filled up. The only day, unless it's a pay-per-view, the only day there's no wrestling on is Sunday.
yeah, it is hard to watch when they have it like that now, but I love it. I ain't
hmm
complaining.
Oh, me
I
Yo, can
too.
you
That's
imagine
what I
when
was
we were
just
growing
telling
up?
Shake. I'm watching.
Yeah, when we
Uh,
were growing up, we
oh,
didn't have
bro,
that.
Yeah, can you imagine if the wrestling
no.
pay per views were on Saturday instead of Sunday? It would have
Oh.
been so much easier.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that would have been so much
Yeah.
easier, fam. That would have been great. Didn't have to worry about getting up for school the next day. Shit. Like, yo, I'm talking about pay-per-views. This AEW pay-per-view that I just went to, it didn't end until damn near 12:20 a.m. And it started at 6:30. I
That's
love
what
wrestling, but
that's what the
damn it.
pre-show, right? That's what they little kickoff. What is it? Zero
It
countdown,
was the
zero
0 hour. Yeah, it was
zero
the
hour.
zero
Yeah.
hour between 6:30 and 8. Yeah, which we walked in. Okay, me and my boys walked in about 7, so we got to our seats about 7. So we missed the first half, not the first half of the first match on 0 hour, which was AR Fox and and Top Flight versus the Crew and
Yeah.
what's the kid's name? The young boy Nick Wayne. So we walked in halfway through that match, and then we got in our seats, and that's when we saw Max Caster come down. He was mocking Philly, and he had a Ben Simmons jersey on underneath his jacket. That shit was fucking hilarious. We were cracking the fuck up because we were like, "Yo, he definitely wants some heat by wearing that bullshit." So everybody booing and shit. And then all of a sudden, he didn't know who his opponent was going to be. His opponent wound up being his ex tag team partner, Anthony Bowens, and he got a
Mhm.
gigantic pop. So we gave it up for him, and so. good match, lasted 5 minutes. Then you waited until the pay per view started, and then I'm thinking like, okay, it's 8. We be out of here about 11:30. The main event didn't start until 11:50. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I started passing out. I was tired. I was like, yo, this is too damn long. Like this is like I got my money's worth, but damn, like this is. I was looking at my boy. I was like, yo, I'm ready to go. We start cracking the fuck up. I'm like, yo, man, for real.
Do do you think they
So
purposely do you think they purposely did that, or because of WrestleMania was coming up in a couple of weeks, or is it just a
so
production issue?
What's up, Vamos?
no, so what it is Tony Khan is known for that. His average pay per view is literally about 5.5, 6 hours long.
Hmm.
Um, I know for a fact, yeah, and I know for a fact the reason why he moved this week on WrestleMania weekend, he is not going head up with WrestleMania. It's going to be Dynamite and Collision back to back nights, Wednesday night and Thursday night in Boston this week, and they're both going to be live shows. They're not going to be taped. So he didn't want to go head up with the WWE because he knows WWE weekend is going to consist of SmackDown on Friday, WrestleMania night one,
And
WrestleMania
wait,
night two,
and
then Raw.
don't
Yeah,
forget the Hall of Fame.
all those festivities. Dude, we can be here for like about an hour naming all the festivities that's going to be going on. You got the
Right.
Hall of Fame. You got the Undertaker show. You got autograph sessions. Then you got the roast. Then you got like you got so much stuff that weekend where
Mm.
it's just like, man, like they're going to make sure that you're going to sit there and have a great time. You know what I mean? They're going to make sure of that. But damn it, like I don't think anybody's willing to pay. I'm not paying $600 to get the Usos autograph. That's just me personally. I'm sorry. Like, bruh,
Yeah,
come on, man.
that's crazy.
Like your favorite wrestlers, you paying a nice chunk to sit there and nah. Mm-mm, I'm sorry. I mean, hey, if you got it, cool. I don't got it like that. Sorry.
So I have an important
So,
question to ask y'all.
but I'm interested. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, Let me ask you, who do you think did the song better? Shawn Michaels or Sherry?
You said the song?
You had to go there too. Rest in peace, Sherry. By the way, rest in peace, sensational Sherry.
Oh, she
Oh
passed away?
man. Yeah, she passed away a few years ago. She wasn't. Yeah. One of her last shoot interviews is on YouTube. You need to check it out. She tells her whole story in a shoot
Hmm.
interview.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she was.
Sensational
I
spirit.
think she. I think she. I think she passed away from cancer, if I'm correct.
Hmm.
But yeah,
You
I think
remember
she
how
passed
old she
away.
was? She had to be close to
Uh
50, 60
50 or
something.
60. Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure exactly,
Yeah,
but
yeah. It
yeah,
seemed like all the
she's at
older legends are still hanging around, like the Flairs and the Hogans of the world. And
oh dude. I don't know how the hell Flair's. I mean, no disrespect. I'm happy Flair's still here,
he
but
he
that
he
man,
got 20 lives. He ain't got 9 lives. He's like
dude,
all the stuff he
oh
said he
my
went through,
God.
Yeah, man. He's like
wrestling
hey,
while
listen, Ric
ill.
Flair. Ric Flair is the Mick Jagger of wrestling.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yep.
my God, bro.
Yeah,
That
he is.
dude, when they
He's
sat there,
like
he said,
he's an
I never
immortal,
forget,
man. He's truly an immortal,
dude.
man.
I never forget watching the actual Ric Flair story he recently did. I want to say a couple years ago, where he sat with one person in the room, and he said he was sitting with his psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist said, "Okay, take me through a day." And he said, "Okay, well, I get up on the way to the gym. I got a six
Mm.
pack and a bottle of wine, so I'm drinking that on the way to the gym. Then I go to the gym, work out for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Then while I'm on my way back, I'm going to get drinks." Then I'm getting ready for the match, wrestle 60 minutes, and after the match, I'm drinking until God knows how long, and then all of a sudden I'll wake up and do it again. and that's my normal. That's his normal routine every day. He would drink a couple six packs on the way to gym, on the way to the gym, and then go work out like a madman. He'd be the first one to the gym. He'd be the last one to go to sleep,
What?
but the first one to the gym every day.
What?
That was Flair.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Hmm.
Mr. Polk in the building. What's going on?
What's up, Mr.
Hey,
Pope?
Mr. Paul.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going,
by
Shake
the way,
Money?
Pope?
Timothy Thompson says that Shawn Michaels did it better.
Yes. What's going on, Shake?
Yeah.
Going on.
Dolphin winners, man of the
My
hour.
brother, what's going on,
Yeah,
y'all?
what's good? What's
What's
good?
going?
Yep.
Cap for life.
Good morning, Mr. Polk. How are you?
I'm okay, man. And then sweet chin music. That gotta be crypto.
You never see
Yeah.
Flair on
What's
Field
up?
Day like this?
What's up, crypto?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what wrestling we are discussing right now,
By the way,
fellas?
I think Captain Life, you gotta change.
Uh,
I think you gotta change the avatar on your. Isn't it on your Google account? You gotta change it.
Yeah. And then it'll
Yeah,
allow you to
yeah,
do
that's
it through
what it is.
StreamYard.
It's his
No,
Google
you just
account,
go
I,
and
click
then
on
it'll
the
allow you to do it through StreamYard.
on the settings, and then on under more, you say under the settings, then it'll tell you your avatar.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can
That's
go
what it
that
is.
route, or you can go under the bottom and click on it, and it'll pop up, and it'll tell you, give you the chance to change it.
I mean, if you can see the screen, it should be like Cap. It should be a on the left side under where you see the hit like things scrolling by. You should see a Cap.
You got Echo. By
Should
the way,
say that.
you got Echo, Mr. Polk.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, little
all
Echo.
right, let me try again. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I still got echo.
Yeah, you're fine now. Thank you.
Are you good
Okay.
now?
By
Oh,
the way, what's up, Michael K? How you doing? There's more people on the panel there is in chat. Hey, listen, man, I'm impressed. He knows how to count.
good, good
Yeah,
shake.
no, he actually
Oh,
can count.
shit.
Shake, you about to get Michael K riled up now.
But good morning to you, man.
Oh goodness.
It's Saturday morning. I just got through eating me a bowl of Saturday morning cereal. So there we go. We're just rolling out.
Yeah.
I haven't turned on music TV or VH1, so good. Or
Wow,
the
he
other
said
Saturday
music
morning
TV or
rituals you used
VH1.
to do.
Damn, wait, VH1 still played videos? Because we know MTV don't.
Yeah, no. No, I don't think they do. Not that version. The overseas versions
Yeah,
do.
the old OC, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But the
the overseas versions
you
still play
know,
'em.
yeah, you know,
Now it's all reality TV. Now reality
Yeah,
oh
TV
man,
shows.
yeah.
oh man,
It used to be
that shit is
nonstop
even
music.
bad. Yeah,
Damn,
that shit
Joris
is.
is right. I haven't. Me neither. I haven't heard someone call it music television in a long time.
No,
Right. Damn, you showing your age, crypto. You showing your age for real, bro. For real. Damn.
Yeah, listen. I think that was the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game. Was when it was
No
music television.
shit.
You're right.
Music television that you can control.
Yep.
Mm-mm-mm. The good old days.
mm, yeah, yeah. 'Cause they used to
Okay.
also have
Hey,
this music thing from
congratulations,
these
Michael K. Keep
yeah,
it up,
that's
man. Keep it up. Hopefully by this time next year you'll be able to count to 10.
right.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Here we
Just
fuck
keep it up,
go. Here
man.
we go.
I have faith in you.
Oh shit.
About to get Michael K. Ralph.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh goodness. But no, they used to have a music thing, a music video thing that you pay for, and you call. I think you call it in.
That was the
And
box. The
Yeah.
box.
what was?
That
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
box.
yeah, yeah,
That was
yeah.
the
Hmm.
box. I remember the
You can
box, and
call in.
somebody must have one day. I'll never forget this shit because somebody must have called and played "Louder Than Love" by TKA 24/7.
Hmm.
I swear to you, I knew that song frontward, backward, side to side, knew the
Hmm.
steps. I said, y'all gonna play another damn video besides this? I said, oh
Right.
my gosh. I mean,
They
shout
had
out
it on. They had
TK8
it
for
on loop. They had it on endless loop.
endless loop. Then they became K7.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's. They tried to mimic the old jukebox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the jukeboxes used to. You go inside the club and just put money into it and just play it. Your name, your song is ninth in the queue. Like, man, I got to sit here and wait for 8 songs to play before mine get it.
Yeah.
True, but you know what? Back in those days, we ain't had shit to do. We had shit to do crypto. What the fuck we had to do? We was in the crib.
Yeah,
Right on that
right.
doggone.
Yeah,
Right
you're
on
right.
that. Yeah.
You had no choice but to sit there and wait it out. Wait till your
Yeah.
jam come on.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh shit. But yeah, man. So, what do you guys think about WrestleMania weekend? Like, did anybody watch SmackDown last night? Because I just finished
Missed
watching
it.
it this morning.
Yeah, I have
Mm.
to. I have to get it on replay. Winters, because I got in late, so I didn't even get a chance to. Oh,
I
SmackDown. What happened? Did they
It was
preview what
good.
was coming
I'll
up?
say that. Well, basically, Charlotte attacked Tiffy after her match.
yeah. I seen
Um,
that. Hmm.
Right.
I'm excited for that match, and I think Tiffy's going to go over. I don't think Charlotte's winning her 17th belt. Um,
Hmm.
I think that whole promo a couple weeks
17.
ago
That's
was
a lot.
great for, yeah, great. But it was that promo that they cut. They went unscripted a couple weeks ago. That was great. I loved it because my whole thing is Charlotte was trying to bury Tiff, try to make her look, try to embarrass her in front of everybody, and she went off script when she sat there and got called herself a nepo baby and all that stuff. So that's why Tiff was like, "Yo, you ain't the queen of shit." That's why when she said that, I was like, "Uh oh." I said, "Let's go." So like if they got to do what they got to do to boost their match, and I think that hopefully the match will be a good match, which I think it will be a good match. Um, the card's looking good all together. I think, really, I think all together. But I got a funny fucking feeling that this might be the end of Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns' swan song is going to be WrestleMania. I think it might be it. Like, it's no more wise man. And the people have to understand at his Hall of Fame speech, when he sat there and inducted Paul Heyman, introduced him, he said, when there is no more wise men, there will be no more Roman Reigns. So people better
Okay.
take heed and maybe look at this, that this might be the end of Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns might be heading to Hollywood, become new Hollywood, the new Hollywood thing. So don't be
Hmm.
surprised.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. That would not surprise me. And then
Hey,
the
good morning,
Samoan,
Nomi. How you doing? Good morning. Thank you for coming
the
through. Make sure you hit the like button,
yeah,
please.
the Samoan werewolf attacked L.A. Knight. Man, good grief, he sure gave him a beat down.
Damn.
He's gonna
Speaking of
win a
which, I
belt. I
haven't
think
heard
he's
his
gonna
name
win a
yet.
belt.
Are they not giving him a push right now or LA Knight?
Ooh, Fatu?
LA Knight.
No, they
I don't.
are, but
He's
I
the
think I
U.S.
think Fatu's
champion.
going to beat him though. I really think they're going to push him because I think Fatu.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they're gonna put the U.S. belt on Fatu, and then that's going
they
to cause a rift.
they
That's
watered
going to
him
cause a rift
down.
between him and Solo, a bigger rift between him and Solo.
Yeah, they watered L.A. Knight down.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
That's
had
for
that
real.
big pop going early, and everybody was rooting for him and wanting him to see him do good, and they put him in certain matches, and he didn't get the job done. But it's like then they just watered him down.
They did the same thing to
Like they
Braun
watered down
Strowman too,
Nakamura,
and Braun
Mm,
Strowman.
like Nakamura as well.
hmm Well, Braun Strowman, yeah. Well, Braun, man,
Yeah, they watered him down big time because
I mean, they watered him down with as far as character wise and everything. Like they didn't really know. Like when they have dudes that big, they don't really know what to do with them because you look at Omos. They ain't really know
yeah,
what to do with Omos
yeah,
either.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. In fact,
Cause
I don't even know where he's at now.
I think I seen Omos in a
They don't have
preview of
any.
a
They don't
movie
have any. Yeah, they don't have any creator for him. That's what it is. He's
because
still under
everything because
WWE
Wow.
contract, but
because
they
if you
just don't have
think
any
about
creator
it,
for him.
if you think about it, everything seems like when those dudes are in the ring, they should just squash their opponent, and then they try to
Right.
make them as human as possible by just because you're big as hell, don't mean you can't take this ass whooping either. But it don't look right. Like when you
Ye-
see some dude like that should be just dominating and whatever, and then all of a sudden it's not happening, and then they just can't find the right person to put in the ring with you. Like find your counterpart.
Right. Because man, the only reason why I say that because when Strowman broke away from Wyatt and went solo, man, he was turning over ambulances and
Hmm.
I mean, flipping cars over and everything. I said, man, okay, with the role that they have him playing, he's gonna be dominated for a while. But it just looked like like I said, it just looked like he's been watered down a great deal.
And if
Yeah.
you notice how
You real quick,
WWE
you know
is,
what's funny is that was the people don't appreciate Big Show. Big Show was the kind of guy, if they wanted to put a guy over, they use him as the guy to
and that's because he's a veteran and a legend and all that. But these dudes are not yet, so you can't really use like try to put somebody over on those dudes on Braun Strowman because he's not like he don't have the Big Show status and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if he
Yeah.
was to have that type of status, then yeah, he'd be great to use to put guys over. But it's like he's not that guy.
Hmm. Because I think that Big Show sort of how should I put he sort of like in a way replaced Andre the Giant or sort of rode on his coattails in a
Great
way.
Well,
point.
but
Yeah, he
you
wanted to
know in
be
the
the next
beginning,
Andre.
but in the beginning they tried to play it like he was Andre's son
Right, right.
And Andre's
Yeah, they
family.
did try to make it like way. I'm like, wait
Yeah,
a minute, ain't he from
Andre's
They sure
France?
enough did.
Andre's family had a problem with that. They didn't want the company to use that.
Okay, so that's what happened with that.
Right.
Because at one time he was called, because Big Show was called Giant, the Giant.
Hmm.
You know. Yeah. Okay. Now that makes sense. I didn't know that part with Andre the Giant's family.
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah,
But
because
wasn't
Big Show.
Andre the Giant from France?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least that's where they say he hailed from.
Hey man, he could have had a little child out here in America.
He could have, yeah. That child would be probably in his 40s now or something like that, or almost up 40.
Yeah, it kind of worked. It kind of worked out right. Like
Yeah.
The time Big Show
As far as
came
the
around, he could have
timeline,
been. Yeah, he
yeah.
could have been Andre's son.
He could have,
Yeah, he
yep.
good.
Enough separation in age.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
like for
Yeah,
instance, if
I'll
there's a
say this.
kid, listen, if there's a kid in his early 20s, a black Italian kid from his early 20s that's into dolphins and crypto, I know whose kid that is.
I, I don't know. I don't know what Shake's talking about.
Oh my God. Shake,
Yeah.
Shake be sneaking on in. Good grief. Oh, good. Cap, you get you straight cap.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying to change this
he
thing.
changed it. It's a blank.
Hmm.
It's just a plain screen now, Cap.
Yeah.
You changed it. Whatever you did, it switched it out. It just didn't put your new one up there.
No,
So just all you have to do is
yes.
add it and make it the main one.
Look at your
Devontae Parker is
risk.
an Italian. No, no. That's just his favorite receiver, right, Crypto?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yep. 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 Yeah.
So do they? So I got a question. Winners, you said that though that was a new women's champion, but it was the men's title. or are they doing
For
that?
what? For what? For
Like, remember when China won the actual heavyweight?
what?
Do they had a
Actually,
woman that they
she won
won
the
it?
Yes,
Intercontinental. She won the Intercontinental. I don't
she
think she
won
won the
the
Intercontinental,
heavyweight.
Intercontinental.
Intercontinental. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's when she
She,
won.
I don't think she went for the
Okay.
heavyweight. Yeah. They
Well,
did somebody do that recently?
no, I haven't seen
Mm.
anybody do it recently.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And
I thought you said
especially,
somebody recently won.
No, they what it was no, no. What it was I said they just had the introduction to the new because you remember we was talking about how many belts they got now. They had introduced, I think, a woman's intercontinental belt, which Chelsea Green has that, and I think they have I think somebody has the U.S. a woman's U.S. belt too. So like
Chelsea
they
has
got so
Chelsea
many
has the U.S.
belts. All right,
Chelsea
Chelsea
has
has
the
the
So
U.S.
that's
and
below
and
Intercontinental.
Lyra
and
and
Lyra has the
right and
Intercontinental.
Lyra has the intercontinental.
Yes.
Okay, my bad. There we go. Thank you. So yeah, it's just so many belts. Like that's what we was talking
So
about.
that's a
So
step below
and
the
then
Intercontinental.
you got the women's.
It's like every male
I don't
title they
know.
have, they
I'll
made
be
a
honest
Oh,
with you.
every male title now. There's a woman's version.
a woman's
yeah,
version
It's
of it. Okay.
yeah,
yeah.
Okay. I
yeah,
see. They trying to
yeah.
put it
Yeah.
on par, like make it
Is there
parallel.
a women's six man tag championship?
But they don't have that in, at least not in
Oh,
WWE.
six
They
man
don't have
No.
tag.
in
Yeah,
WWE. They
remember
don't
in
have
Oh, the
WCW?
No.
triple
No.
tag team.
Yeah, they had a 6-man tag championship.
yeah, but they have that on
They got six man
AEW.
in Ring of Honor and
AEW, right?
AEW, not in
They got them
WWE.
AEW, and
Yep.
then there is that so-called that was that 24-hour belt.
They
What they
threw
call
that
that
away.
belt? Right, they threw that away, but a
24
woman
hour
did
belt.
win that one
Yeah, they
from
threw that
from a
What
away.
the
dude.
hell is
Yeah,
that?
everybody was winning that belt. That was
Yeah,
the new version.
What?
that
That's
that
the
was a
type.
free-for-all belt.
Yeah,
That was the
even
belt we
even
were.
um even celebrities was winning that belt, right?
Yeah, that was the belt that we
Yeah,
talked about a
Hmm.
couple
Oh
weeks
my
ago
God.
when we said it
I'm
was the new hardcore title. That's that belt we talking about. The
hmm
24/7 belt, and our truth was the main one
the
with
main
it.
one. Yeah, yeah,
nah,
Like
Oh
30
man.
people will win it in one night,
and
and then
one
it
night.
get and then our truth gets it back
Yeah.
at the last, and then run away.
right. And a woman did
But we're
win
Mm.
not
that
gonna sit here. Wait. But we're not gonna sit here and think about not when the WCW made the fucking mockery of the Ric Flair belt and putting it on David Arquette. Let's don't
Oh
forget
man, I was
that
about to. I
bullshit.
was just dude. I
Mm.
was.
I'll
Hey, hey,
never
Hey,
hey,
forget
I
that
was.
bullshit.
Winters, real talk. I was thinking about that too.
wasn't that
Mm.
Bro,
what
what the
call it
fuck was
era?
that, man? That was
That was
so
Vince Russo, right?
disrespectful. That was the Vince Russo era. Oh God, bro, I turned
man.
that shit
Man,
off.
Roots.
I couldn't
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
that.
and you know
I
what?
couldn't
To
watch it.
be
It was
honest, you're
horrible.
telling me, David Arquette deserves it, but not Ron Simmons.
right.
Mm.
Dude, what? What? And Ron Simmons, man. And you know what's so funny about that? I just watched the video when Vader, like they actually interviewed Vader like years after, before he passed away and all this, but years after, and he talked about how big, he said, I knew how big this moment was. Like it was so good to hear him like just out of character. It says, look, I knew how big this was. We wanted to make sure this was right. We wanted to make sure we did it right. Because originally the title was supposed to go back to Sting, but Sting got injured, so they put in Ron Simmons to give him his push, and that's how
Mm.
Ron
Okay.
Simmons became the first African American champion in
That's what's up.
WCW.
And I think that's in professional wrestling too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes, he was the first African American
We got an echo.
heavyweight champion of any company.
Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear
Hmm. Okay, so yeah, so but yeah, but I just never understood. They never allowed him the whole Ric Flair's belt, and I was like, "What's up with that?" I didn't understand that, and I never found out the backstory of that.
and I gotta give kudos to Ricochet over there on AEW, man. He is doing a great job as a heel.
Hmm.
Dude, he's doing a great job as
Man,
a heel. I'm gonna be honest with you. That
good
he
grief.
that he got Mr. Polk when he was here in Philly because it was a three-way title match for the AEW the international championship that Kenny Omega has. So it was Speedball, Mike Bailey. versus Ricochet versus Kenny Omega, which was a great match. It was a yo, they put a fucking show on. They fucking tore the house down. The spots that they were doing, yo, holy shit. Like it was the first I want to say it was like the second or third time I seen Kenny Omega wrestle in person. And oh my
Mm.
God. Like that dude looks like when you have to give people where credit is due. He is everything that he is advertised. That man gets better with time. Like he
Yeah.
really does.
Yes.
You just
Yeah.
like when you see
Hey,
certain people wrestle, you just see be like, holy shit, bro.
when I first saw Kenny Omega wrestle, and then time has passed on, and then he was gone for like what it was over a year,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, because all the shit that he does, man, you need to sit up there and do some stuff to your body, because I don't see how
Hmm.
this man does what he does.
Yeah. Because if I'm not mistaken, he just came out for some kind of injury not long ago, right?
Yeah, he just came back
Yeah.
from like some like terminal stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, stomach. He had to get intestines trimmed from his stomach to
Mm-hmm.
survive. He had something a tickolitis or something like that. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was literally out for over a year because it almost killed him.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah,
And man, he
yeah.
looks he looks now like I said, he looks great to come back from that.
Hmm.
But look like he's kind of taking it. What's the word? Slow coming back. He's not.
Bro, no, he not. I'm gonna tell you what I seen with my four eyes at the fucking Leah Core last week, and this motherfucker was doing the fucking swan tons and all that shit
There
off
you
the
go,
motherfucking ring,
capitalize.
like he was
Mm,
regular old. Yo, he was like doing his regular old thing. He was
Yeah.
floating, bro. He looked like he was just like he was on a fucking cloud. Like the way he
mm.
was just jumping out the ring and shit. I was just like, damn, man. Like and you be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, and then to see Swerve wrestle for the first time in person, that was a treat. Like that dude is reckless. He don't give a fuck.
He
Like he
is
sat there and did a fucking
nasty,
spot. Yo, he's nasty. That dude is no fucking joke.
nasty.
Like that young
Mm-mm,
brother, he
mm-mm.
earned his money. He earned his keep. And you leaping off a fucking ladder onto Moxley, which Moxley took the spot perfectly. And you're leaping off a ladder and y'all both fall onto the announce table and both fuck each other up. I'm like, bro,
And
yeah.
that dude is something. Man, he's like I say, he's nasty.
Hey,
You can say he's a heel or he's a
hey,
yeah. What's going on,
I'm
Cap?
he- hey. No, my bad, Mr. Polk. No, because I'm
No, go
hearing
ahead.
now what Swerve and Booker T. Is that right?
Oh yeah, they beefing. They beefing in real life. That's a real life thing. That is definitely real life. Swerve said Swerve said on the Vlad interview because he was on Vlad, and I quote, he said, he said I won't let people do things to me like other people, like my boss calling me the N word in front of me on TV. And Booker T, he has his own podcast also and responded to Swerve. And he said, I did see Swerve in person at an event over the weekend, and I gave him a piece of my mind, and I let him know where I was coming from, and this, that, and the third. He went on his rant. So at the end of the pay-per-view this past weekend at the Leah Core Center that I was at, Swerve did get on the mic after everybody was about to clear out, and he said, look, he said, thank you, Philly, to coming out, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. He wanted to clear some things up, and he ended the show off saying, fuck Booker T. So the next fucking night on the CW, on behind the scenes that people didn't hear on air, the fans at the NXT center were saying, fuck Swerve Strickland. So it's a real life beef between Booker T and Swerve.
Wow.
That is not a work.
Yeah, all I gotta say is this: Swerve is one nasty dude. He is nasty,
He
and
different.
man, yeah, he like exactly. He just different. I mean, you got some wrestlers that got bad attitudes. This and that. This guy here, man, this guy here, you just don't want to cross.
Hey
Just
man, I've been watching Swerve since Lucha Underground.
Hmm.
Yo, and that's the thing. I didn't know who that was until he sat there and said, "Well, I was such and such," and I remember that Fox
Yeah,
match when him
yeah.
and AR Fox did that match. I remember that match, and I'm like, "Holy shit, that's
Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
him!"
took
I'm
it off
like,
the
"Holy!"
air, right?
What you
You can
Huh?
say,
go get
Cap?
on YouTube, bro. You can go on YouTube and look them joints up, bro. They on
Yeah,
YouTube.
my old man loves that, and they took it off, bro.
Yeah, it ended.
But what was Swerve before? What was his
Oh,
name?
yo, but if I'm correct, wait. Hey, Cap, all you gotta do is download Pluto, and they be on Pluto. They put
Oh
it on
yeah.
Pluto.
Oh okay.
Yes,
Yeah, good
if I'm
looking out,
correct.
man. Hell yeah.
So
Yeah,
download, yeah, Pluto. Yeah,
bro.
Pluto's free. Pluto's free,
The
and you
old
can
man.
go on
Hey,
there and check out Lucha Underground.
the old man's been pissed
Yeah,
off ever since Raw got moved, and all he got left is SmackDown. He's been giving like he been living misery right now, bro.
I understand because I that's when they took the Monday night one off, I said, okay, well, I'm not going. I'm sorry, I'm not dishing out the money to go watch it on what's that thing?
Netflix.
Netflix, right? But what was Swerve's name? Because I want to look him up before he became Swerve.
Swerve Strickland.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
what was his name, man of the hour?
Oh shit!
What was his name in
oh, you know what? That's okay. All I gotta do is look
I
up
forgot what his
Swerve
name.
Strickland.
For
They'll show
Lucha
it.
Underground.
Yeah, they'll show.
Killshot.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Kill
Killshot was his
shot. Kill
name in
shot.
Lucha
kill shot.
Underground.
Okay,
Killshot.
okay, okay. I'm gonna look that up because there's a lot of wrestlers that sometimes slip up on you, and you've seen them before, but because
Mm-hmm.
they've gotten a little bigger and got more maybe hair on their face or changed their hairstyle or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you won't recognize
Well,
Bro, hey, yeah.
what's crazy is go ahead, Cap.
No, no, to Mr. Polk's point, Winters, you might know this guy's name, but who's the guy that Shawn Michaels kicked in the face and now he's wrestling now? Remember the
Marty
guy that he was like,
Jannetty.
no, but you remember
Marty
no,
Jannetty. Oh, you don't no. You talking about what's the name? You talking about
Stan. Remember when that
the
guy Stan,
chair.
the
You talking about
producer?
Stan? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember the
Yeah.
producer
He what's
Stan?
the name?
He ended up being a
Yeah.
wrestler.
The chairman. Yeah,
Yeah, the chairman.
he was the
But
champion.
he was
And
the
then Ricky
perfect
said,
10. The
yeah,
perfect
cause
10.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
the
Yeah.
perfect 10 in NXT. His first go round.
He was in
He had a
AEW.
mohawk,
He was in
right?
AEW, and then
Yeah,
he went. He was in AEW, and then now he's back in WWE.
He was saying like the story
I
about
forgot what his
like,
fucking name is.
yeah. He
yeah,
brought
no, the guy,
that.
his name was Sean, and then Shawn Michaels was like, no, if we're gonna do this, your name's Stan. And he's like, what? He goes, yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's when Shawn Michaels was going on a Sweet Chin Music rampage. Remember that's the time
Yes,
when he
I
was just
remember
Sweet
that.
Chin Music at everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
funny,
Yeah,
but you know
you
what's
see what
funny?
you made me do? You made me kick Stan.
You made me kick Stan.
Yep,
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
yep. It's funny as shit to see these guys that were extras back in the day now world champions. Like MJF was
Yeah.
an extra from WWE,
MJF,
Oh
CM
yeah,
WWE.
for
Punk,
Samoa
Well,
Like
Joe.
like
CM
you
Punk.
Samoan
remember?
Joe, yeah,
You
Hmm.
remember?
CM Punk. Like
You remember when a WrestleMania, John Cena came out, like in a car, and there was a bunch of henchmen with him with Tommy guns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. CM
Yeah,
Punk
I
was one of
remember
them.
that.
CM Punk. Yeah,
I
CM
remember
Punk.
that. I remember that. Dude, I
Mm.
got the thing. Yo, it's funny as shit. I just dig through my CDs and found the actual John Cena CD in my collection with the actual theme from his actual theme. So I'm
Hey,
sitting there like cracking the fuck up.
hey, who's the guy that used to be with Gunther? What's his name? The blonde guy
Blonde guy used to be a.
Ludwig
with the
Kaiser.
big ears. Yeah, they showed a house. They showed a house match with him and him and Dominic, and then you see CM Punk coming out the shower with a shower cap, going to wrestle with a towel wrapped around him, and he
Oh,
starts fighting
That shit
Dominic and
was
Ludwig.
That shit was comical.
was that in the
That shit was
cage?
comical. I was laughing my ass off. Yes, yeah, that
It,
was in the cage. I
in
was
the cage. It
cracking the
was in the
fuck
cage.
up.
Yeah.
Oh God, I was
Yo, my
balling when I saw
God.
that. He was dripping wet. He had the shower cap on. I was like, he got no shoes, no nothing. Like they're going serious with this bit, man.
Mm. Yeah. 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 Yes, that's what actually that's what I love about wrestling. That's what I love about wrestling.
So did we talk about Braun Breaker's super
Oh, torpedo.
torpedo freaking
When
Wait,
he
wait,
Carlito,
wait.
bro? Carlito, that bro, he's gone, bro.
What Braun Breaker did something to Carlito?
Nah, bro, you didn't see that spear he did to
bruh,
Carlito? He knocked his soul out of his body, dog.
the nigga
Oh,
dove for like 10 yards, bruh.
Mr. Polk, and he did it like a torpedo. He looked like a torpedo going after Carlito. All you see Carlito's afro like wham, bam, hit ground,
yeah.
lightning
Oh,
fast, bro.
Bruh,
I
he
spit on the
speared
face of
him.
people who don't want to be cool.
Bruh,
You
the
know,
way he
he said that look
that,
cool.
that boy can
that was good
move.
imitation, Shake. That was a good imitation. That sounded just like Carlito.
Hey, that
Uh,
that boy that boy got some speed on him.
bro, and then he landed feet first like nothing.
Nothing. Got up like it ain't nothing. That's what he does. Y'all remember that time when he hit the ropes and the ring moved?
I don't know, man, but I'm starting to hear something about like the wise man starting to like hang out with Breaker more or
Yo, wait
something
a
like
minute,
that.
wait. Let's rewind. Let's rewind for a second. Y'all forgot who they fucking. You forgot who that Bull family is. Y'all forgot that they are. This
Nah, that's the
family is one of the
The
Steiners.
most
Steiners.
innovative tag teams ever in professional wrestling.
Yeah, the
They
Steiner
were yo
brothers.
when the Steiner Brothers was one of my favorite tag teams. See, I'm gonna tell you something, and I want to sidebar for a second. Remember that these men went against one of my childhood favorite, the Road Warriors, in a
Mm.
fucking
Yeah,
hardcore. You want to talk about strong style? I didn't know shit about strong style as a kid. That was one of the most vicious matches I've ever watched in my life as a kid. Was
Yeah,
seeing the
bro.
Road Warriors go against the Steiner brothers. What? What? Dude, you couldn't tell me shit. You couldn't tell me nothing after that match because they was fucking each other up.
Was
Literally.
that was that
So to
match the
see that
birth of
ball come out
the
and flying down there,
was that match the birth of the Frankensteiner, or do you know when the Frankensteiner was born and what match? That's a good trivia
oh
question.
God, that's a great question, bro. That's
yeah.
a great question. I don't want to even lie about it, bro. I'm not sure when he did
I'm
it the first
curious now.
time, but bro, I'm gonna tell you this. You need to look up. You need to look up Scott Stein. You need to look up Scott Steiner's devastating move in New Japan. He does this move. He's only done this move 3 times in wrestling. It's the move is so devastating. You think the dude is paralyzed after he gives the move. It's like a tombstone, like a delayed tombstone. It's fucking
Mhm.
sick. Like when I say ridiculous, like those dudes were innovators. So to see Braun Breaker the way he is, I'm not surprised. This dude is a
That's
freak of
genetics,
nature.
bro.
And then his other, they just said his other son. Yeah, they said his other son wants to come into wrestling.
What's up,
The one that's
Lance?
in college right now. He says
Oh
he
yeah,
wants
yeah,
to
yeah,
come
yeah. Brock,
into wrestling.
Brock, yeah.
Yo, what? Come on,
So it's another.
bro.
So it's
And
another
they
one
Jesus.
say,
out
hey,
there.
they say Brock is ready, bro. They say Brock is
Yeah, it's
ready to go.
another one.
So
Yeah, it's another one,
wow,
Mr. Paul.
another good grief,
Yeah, bro. You think Braun's something? Wait till you see the young boy. He's a monster.
What's good,
man.
Lance?
Wait,
What's
how
Lance,
good,
did
Jeb?
Shake bump
So,
What's
Lance?
good, everyone?
what's up,
Hey, what's
Lance?
going on, Lance?
what's up,
Another
man?
day.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm watching Gabe Kidd versus Ishii on the pay per view right now while I'm sitting there on this podcast with you guys. So
And,
See,
and
I'm
that's
trying
that's
to
the
man,
catch up on
best
all
thing,
the
bro.
wrestling I can right now.
That's what I love about YouTube, bro. You want to watch a match, you just pop it on, bro.
you pop it on. Yep,
rip.
yep. Just hype it up and go on and watch it. And if you want to throw it on your TV, you can you can cast it on your TV.
But here's the thing though
Mhm.
about YouTube, you can't see titties.
Bro,
I mean, there's other sites for that. I mean, I'll hook y'all up.
Right.
It's not a problem.
Yeah.
bro.
What you said?
I
I'm
don't
What you
just
know,
say,
saying,
man.
winner?
man. Listen, I'm just
As other sites, huh?
I don't know, man. I be watching Kamala's, bro,
There's
and
other
Kamala be
sites.
jumping, bro. I be like a man with so much fat, and he looks so agile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, look at
he
Adrian
was.
Adonis. Y'all
He
remember
was.
Adrian
Oh,
Adonis?
shit.
You remember
Yeah.
Adrian Adonis?
See, y'all forgot. Y'all wait. Y'all
Yeah,
forgot
yeah. He was
Kamala
out
did
there.
body slam Andre the Giant as well. People forgot
bro.
that.
Kamala, hey,
People forgot that
Kamala,
Kamala body slammed Andre
hey,
too.
Kamala got done so dirty. Winters, that guy was. I mean, they'll tell you, bro. He lasted how long? It's almost until the what? The Attitude Era, almost, bro.
Hey, shout out to Lewis. If there's
Yeah, he had a match. He had a match against Randy Orton.
if there's a problem with wrestling, I blame Tua.
What's up, Lewis? What's
Lou.
up, Lewis?
What's up, Lou?
That's a fact. It's
Hey, I wouldn't
Tua
be
But
shocked
to
if I.
blame
listen,
for
Hey,
the
hey Lewis,
downfall.
hey Lewis, hold on real quick. I have one better for you. I don't blame Tua. I blame Chris Greer.
Oh
for
shit!
for picking Tua.
Yeah,
I would be. Hey, I wouldn't be shocked
and
if
ruining
wrestling came
wrestling.
down here to Miami, bro. And if they were like in one of the big arenas down here in Miami, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Dolphin players over there. They've been getting a whole bunch of stars and
No,
athletes to
this
join like the events and stuff.
Why?
yeah,
Tua going to get booed again?
because they.
They gotta. You know, that's how they fix images, bro. That's how they fix images.
Tua got booed. Did you hear that?
Huh?
Yeah, yeah, we heard about that.
Oh, he got
Ironically,
booed.
on
Yeah.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah,
He was
he
on
was at
wrestling too,
Jersey World
yeah.
concert. He was at Jersey World
Oh,
concert.
he's definitely on wrestling. He was on wrestling last year.
Yeah.
He was at
Hey,
WrestleMania last year.
Jelly Roll looks like an actual wrestler, bro. The
Actually, when
way
I think
he
of
Yes,
Jelly Roll,
I
I don't
who
think
agree.
of rappers. I think of
who
something in Dunkin' Donuts.
who was he? The was it what was
Say,
this idiot?
say, you gotta stop. Say, you gotta stop reading my mind, man.
Stop.
I was just
Stop,
thinking about
man.
that.
No,
It's
you
Sunday.
ain't
Hey,
shit. You
Sunday.
ain't shit,
Hey,
Duncan.
Snake.
hey, Krispy Kreme got some Fruity Pebble donuts too, bro.
Yeah, I
Not the
bet he's got
John.
Krispy
Hey, come
Kreme
to
Oh
for
Dunkin'
you.
Not
for
the.
your
man,
Jelly Rolls.
Oh, you got the
damn,
John Cena's.
that sounds good as
Hey,
hell.
he's
They
got
got the
that
John
jelly roll for
Cena's,
you.
bro.
The John Cena's, the Fruity
They got the
Pebbles.
hey, bro, and I hear they're delicious, bro.
Yeah, I don't know
Damn.
if he take the
I'll
fifth
be
on
right
that.
back. I got to go check in.
Yeah,
So what's this? Okay, so I saw Fatu go at it. So what? That set is the Damian Priest
Yes,
set.
Nah,
yes,
L.A.
that's
Knight.
that too. Yes, LA Knight versus Fatu, Damian
hmm
Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
So what's the deal with Orton?
Orton's got a surprise opponent that he'll find out when he gets to WrestleMania.
So they
And
go.
rumor has it it's gonna. Yeah,
So they gonna
go ahead.
Seth Rollins him.
I don't know. I think it
I
might be
hope
the
they do.
GM. It might
Yeah,
be the GM, bro.
cause that's what
I think.
they're gonna Seth Rollins in. Cause remember, Seth Rollins had the same issue a couple years ago with when Cody Rhodes came back.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right. Sure
yeah,
did.
absolutely. You're
Sure
right.
did. Sure did. And also AEW Phoenix has arrived to
Yep.
WWE,
Bro,
and
Good.
it's
I'm
gonna
happy
somebody.
be.
for him. I'm not gonna lie
Hey,
to you, man.
hey, Winters, talk to me about Ray Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix is out of CMLL. He wrestled in CMLL with his brother, Penta. And
Right.
those dudes are no joke.
They're
Yo,
brothers.
those dudes are
Oh
they
yeah, they're
legit.
brothers.
They're
They
they're
are
They're
dancing.
brothers for real.
I don't know if they're I don't think they're blood brothers, but
No,
you
but
know
they're
what I
brothers.
mean by
Wrestling
But
brothers.
that's the
brothers.
skit. That's the
So
skit. They're brothers.
Right.
yeah.
But they've been
Yes,
advertising that
absolutely. So
forever about
Wow,
them
I
being
didn't know that.
brothers.
yeah.
'Cause they were
But
they
they're
were
good. You
brothers
know
in
what's crazy
they were
though?
brothers
What's
in
crazy
AEW.
though is what's crazy Cap. Yeah, what's crazy Cap is they're both good singles wrestlers too. So it's
Yeah.
not
That's what
like
I'm
they
hearing.
don't know how to
Yeah.
wrestle as singles. Yeah, they're very good singles wrestlers.
You
Either
remember the
one of them
match?
can be champions. That's not a
You
problem.
who? What was the match when he tore his elbow up in AEW? Remember when he dislocated his
Oh,
elbow
remember that.
on the
I
table?
remember that. Oh yeah. Oh Jesus. I've witnessed too many horrific injuries in AEW, Ring of Honor, and WWE and WCW. I'll take it back for you guys. I remember when Sid Vicious decided to jump off the top rope and fucking
Mm-hmm.
his leg looked like a
Oh
slinky
yeah.
the way they
Mm-hmm.
landed, and you got a straight camera angle. I will
Hey,
never forget that. Rest in
that
peace to
was
Sid Vicious.
that was the
But
first.
Jesus.
That
Oh,
was the first horrific
oh,
injury I've ever seen in wrestling.
oh
Same here.
my God. As a kid, I'm like, yo. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. That's all I could sit there was like, oh my God. And they kept showing it over and over again.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
craziest part. Now, this is before society got sensitive with that shit. Like, they kept showing that shit over and over. And I'm like, oh my God. Ah. Like,
Yeah.
yo,
Crazy.
like, yeah, that
Well, you
because
know what was crazy about that Sid Vicious? I remember that. He was the biggest star in wrestling at the time. He was on his way to a major push, and that happened. He was set to win that night, and I remember I was devastated.
The
the second
skyscraper.
worst one is when the second worst one for me was Eddie Guerrero doing that frog splash right there on Chris Benoit and breaking his elbow on impact. He broke his whole arm on impact.
Mm.
And I'll
Hey, they
never
said
forget the camera was right there.
Logan Paul and him had the best frog splash, but then they say they took Logan Paul out of WrestleMania. Is that true?
No, Logan Paul
Logan
don't know
Paul,
nowhere near how the best frog splash. That's Montez.
no. Montez Ford, thank you. I was
Yeah,
about to
I
say
like.
that.
Yeah,
That's
that's what.
Montez.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Montez.
And
I think
I heard you
Montez is a
earlier. You were saying something
I
about
think
the Street
Montez is a
Profits getting in.
future world champion.
They in
Yeah,
the
they're
card
gonna
now
wrestle
too.
against. I think they're gonna be going against the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
I
That
just
Yeah.
hear
sound
That's
they
who I've
that
been
stopped
that
told.
sound
Montez.
like
Good to see.
a
It's still good
I,
to see them guys around,
that sound like
hey,
a
I ain't
pre-show
saying
match.
WWE got a problem with people of color, but they should have kept going with that Montez push. He went and got bigger. He went and
Thank
got,
you.
you know what I'm saying? They just stopped and fuck
Thank
him.
you.
Like he went and got bigger and everything. They just said fuck you.
They
Who you
tried to
talking about,
save
Big D?
yeah, because they tried to save the Bobby Lashley storyline, and that didn't work out, and they got caught up in it.
Yeah, that Bobby Lash. Yeah, because Shelton walked. Shelton left. He
Yup.
didn't resign his contract. MVP left Bobby by himself, and Bobby contract was coming up. Bobby's like, I'm out of here too.
Hmm.
Yep. And they do like they doing well with AEW.
Hey man, we hurt people.
There you go.
Yes, we hurt people.
I love that shit there.
They got. Yeah, me too.
See
I
the
agree.
problem with Bobby is that it's not that he can't cut a promo. It's just that he cut the wrong kind of promos. I think they just I don't know. He need a real mouthpiece, and they
That's
just
why
need to
you
let
with
him be a fucking
MVP.
animal.
That's why you MVP. Listen, MVP is the Black
But
Paul Heyman,
they
bro.
they still let him cut too many promos though.
Yeah, they should have let him talk, but MVP is the Black Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there used to be a guy who used to like
Oh,
this
so he's a
this cat
manager
used to
now,
come out with a
MVP?
suit. He had a
Huh?
curly perm and had a hat.
He's a manager.
Oh
I
God.
ain't hear you.
I say he's a manager now, MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
Yeah.
wrestled.
Yeah.
He wrestled a little bit like on little house shows or something, but
He's out of Miami also,
mhm.
supposedly. Yeah, he's not wrestling no more. I think he might have sustained a bad knee injury that took him out. Yeah.
Hey,
So
anybody
what do
got a
y'all look?
toddler in their household that they try to tell you what to do when they don't know shit? I'm sitting up here telling my son this piece don't go to this toy, and he insisting it does. I'm like, you don't know nothing. Like you
Well,
gonna
take
make
the
me
toy
do it.
away.
Like, yes it do. Like I done told him 3 times it don't go.
Ah, the hamburger.
That's the ups and downs of fatherhood.
And
It'd be
the
funny if he
Chiefs,
asked for the phone. He'd be like, "Let me Google it."
Like like he's literally trying to add a piece to it that doesn't belong. Like, yes it do. No it don't.
and I got to give kudos to CEO Miss Monet. She's doing good in EEW because when she
Man,
came
she
over here,
stuck all the way.
Oh man.
I didn't think she was going to do well at all.
I don't know if there's a wrestler I don't
Man,
like less than
listen,
I like
look,
less than Sasha. She
I,
is
I, I,
horrible.
I love the girl, but listen, I don't, I think they kissing her ass too hard over here.
Yeah, I agree.
They
I'm
put
not
in,
gonna lie, I do agree with that.
look, they putting all these belts on her from all these other promotions, and she's undefeated as a single competitor.
And
You think about it too.
the only female wrestler that's worse than her, y'all might disagree, but if y'all really study this shit, Becky Lynch is horrible.
Well, they say what
Becky
Naomi
Lynch.
left with her, and the one that's getting more hype now, and she's in WrestleMania now is Naomi, and you don't really hear a lot from Sasha. She, once in a while.
Yeah,
Because
pound
she's
for
on
pound, Naomi is
AEW.
top
Because
five, pound for
she's
pound.
she's in AEW and she's not the top female there.
She
It's like
gambled.
they don't
Nah,
really
Timeless Tony Storm is
like that female
Tony
pool of women.
Storm.
That
But
that
Tony
that
Storm can go.
that female pool
Tony
of women
Storm
is
can
like
go.
it could go to anybody. If you just put it, you could put it on anybody.
Well, now let me ask you this, and don't get the wrong idea. Do y'all think Tony Storm is a Monroe type of what's the word?
I wouldn't say
Uh,
Marilyn Monroe. I think she just doing like her name say, timeless.
mm, okay.
She's just one
That
of those
Yeah,
woman,
back in
not
the
that
Marilyn
woman is.
Monroe. More back to like Greta Garbo. More back to Betty
yeah,
Davis.
Okay. Yeah.
like
Okay.
way back
Hey,
in the
here's a
day.
fact. Here's a fact for you guys. Tony Storm was actually in WWE at one time, and they dropped the ball and
Yeah,
let her go.
yeah. No,
Hey,
but
what happened with
you don't
Nikita Lyons?
No,
you don't remember you
they didn't drop the ball on her. She kept getting hurt, man.
she left. No, she
She couldn't
left,
stay
bro.
healthy.
Oh,
She
She couldn't
left
stay
because
healthy.
you don't remember the time where her and
Yeah,
Charlotte
she got hurt.
embarrassed her. And that's when she knew she was done.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hey, what happened?
Charlotte.
Hey,
I think it was. I
what?
don't remember what show it was, but it had to do with cake, and Charlotte just mashed the cake in her face, and it was like not that was not planned. And she realized like, oh, this is what they think of me here.
Charlotte don't do that shit to Nia Jax no more, do she?
Shit, you see, Nia Jax hurt people for real. They need to put her ass in
Yeah.
the hurt
Yeah.
business.
Yo, for real,
Y'all didn't see Nia
bro.
Jax put them hands
Agreed.
on Charlotte. Y'all don't remember that?
They need to
Oh,
put
I
her in
love
the
that though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
She
put
put
I want
her
to see
ass in
that
that
again.
corner and beat the
I'll
shit
be
out.
honest with you.
put Nia Jax in the hurt syndicate since she like to hurt people.
Oh my God,
Wow.
bro. What?
But you know
That would
what?
be a
That's
perfect fit.
Hell
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Because most of these tag wrestlers now, I mean, are now adding women to
Hmm. Well, she at one
Hmm.
point there was conversation where she was going to join the bloodline, but they didn't
them. Yeah.
figure
But
out a
that
way
ain't.
on how they were going
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah. Be that. Yeah. Yeah. Be
Well,
them time.
the only thing I don't like about, well, I ain't gonna say I don't like about the main event. The only thing that I'm being caught up, confused, not confused, but torn between, is that I can see Cena winning, and I can understand that storyline. I can see Cody winning. I can.
I want to see Cena win. I'll be honest with everybody. I do want to see Cena win the 17th title. I really believe
I
for
just
him to
want
sit
Cody
there
to
and make this,
lose.
you know, me too.
Cody to
I'm ready
lose.
for Cody to.
I
I'm
hate to
ready
say it,
for it.
but me
I'm
too.
ready for Cody to
For some
lose.
reason, I feel like, and I'm trying. I
He
keep
could
telling
get
myself not to
listen. He
think
could
that
take
way.
that belt. He could take that belt off. The same thing these fans were crying about Roman for the past few years about him being a champion
And
and
they was
not
wrong
def-
by Roman.
and
They was
then
wrong
all
by
of a
Roman.
sudden
Roman's top five all
and then
time.
look, and then the same shit that people were complaining about Cody did for 3 months. The same shit. He's in tag matches and
Hmm.
pay-per-views and stuff like that. He ain't defending the title, so y'all crying about Roman Reigns not
Yeah, that
defending the title.
and sometimes that intro song is a little bit too long, bro.
Hey, come
Wait a
on. Hey,
minute, that's
listen, come
cap. That
on.
he's not defending.
Man,
That
Elder.
is cap.
Hey,
That's
Huh?
man,
cap that he's not
You
defending
gotta
the
let Cody
title.
finish his story.
He said what?
Hey, but that's
You gotta
cap
let
that he's
Cody
not
finish his
defending the
story,
title.
man,
Who
Elder.
hasn't he defended it against? Seth Rollins. That's it. Who hasn't he defended against? That's cap. That man
Maybe
been fight. He's a fighting champion.
Who?
Cody Rhodes. Who hasn't he defended it against?
He hasn't. No, I'm saying there was a time in a 3 month span where he hasn't defended the title.
He's gotten
Well, that's the
obliterated, bro.
storyline.
Hey, in like two
Huh?
years, he's got in 2 years he's had
Wait,
Brock Lesnar bash him. He's
wait.
had The Rock bash him.
You
He's
said
been
you said what? That storyline.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so what
storyline.
you
See,
think? So
listen. Triple
it
H
was
is not Vince McMahon.
wait. If
Triple
it's
H is not
storyline,
Vince McMahon.
if
Triple
it's
H believes
storyline,
in
bro. If
multi-layered
it's listen,
storylines.
bro. If it's storyline, then what was it for Roman Reigns?
Oh, I'm a huge
Yeah,
Roman Reigns
exactly.
fan. I ain't complaining
It
about.
okay, but that's all I'm saying. I'm saying the people that complained about Roman Reigns in certain situations not defending the title is why they wanted Cody to win. And then Cody wins the title and he's doing the same thing that Roman was doing, in certain spots. Like, I'm not gonna defend the
You know
title.
how Roman won the fans over. How people start recognizing Roman is Roman when he left. He went to acting school, and now he cut the best promos in the business.
That's fine.
In the
But I'm saying,
business,
but what I'm
but
saying is people
but
they made it a whole storyline on the show also about Roman being a champion. That's why you think they kept saying how long he's been. You don't even hear that much talk about how long somebody's been champion anymore. You just hear, oh, this person is a champion. This person is this champion. How many days has Cody Rhodes actually been champion right now that you know of? They
but
haven't
the
said
reason they
that.
did that for Roman is because everybody that had the title longer than Roman, Vince ain't fuck with him. He ain't like him no more. So he just needed
Hmm.
his own guy to have
I
the
get
title,
all
right?
that, but what I'm saying is, I'm talking about as far as when it comes to defending the title. We sat up here and watched Cody Rhodes defend the world championship on a bullshit Saturday night's main event match against Kevin Owens. Come on, bro. Every match on Saturday, every match on Saturday night's main event was
hey,
bullshit,
that's
bro.
like throwing the fans a bone.
Bro, every match on that Saturday night's main event shit was bullshit. Everything happens fast and simple and easy. I hit you with my move, it's over. But all of a sudden, we at SummerSlam, you kick out of my shit 3 times.
Yeah, but all we
That's
doing
what
really is
works.
just for the two guys who really get to the next
And
level,
I'm saying,
man. That's Gunther,
and yeah, and all I'm
that's Gunther
saying
and
is
Braun.
that
Like
the
it's a
same
wrap.
shit that Cody Rhodes, the same shit that Roman Reigns was getting heat for, by whether it was fans or storyline by the other wrestlers about why they were so hell bent on trying to get that title off of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, he was defending it on PLEs, but he wasn't coming to TV and doing it, defending them titles on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown and shit like that. And Cody Rhodes ain't either. We'll see everybody else lose their title on. We don't see the tag team championship change hands on SmackDown and shit like that. We
Hmm.
don't seen an inaugural. Hell, we just seen Chelsea Green win the United States Women's Championship on a Saturday night's main event. Bullshit. Why
Hmm.
they ain't put that girl in the pay per view and let her win it there?
Mm.
It's
You know what
all
I'm
about
saying?
money, bro, and that's their cash cow. Their cash cow is their world championships, and
The
they're not
tag
gonna
team titles
have them
changed like three
defended. If you do,
times. Io Sky wins the
absolutely,
belt.
you know.
Sky wins the belt on Monday Night
Hmm.
Raw. Come on now. So
Well, look,
Cody or even Roman. I'm gonna throw Roman in it. They can't lose the title on Monday Night Raw. I mean, I know it's money and all that other shit involved. I get all that, but I'm just saying though, like, at least defend it. At least you could defend it. If you ain't gonna lose it, defend it. And
Well,
that's
the
all
one
I'm
thing I
saying.
didn't like
So, and
the one thing I didn't like when Roman had it is he really didn't. They really didn't challenge anybody with him unless it was a pay per view.
because he's beating
Reno,
everybody.
so
There was really nobody did. Everything was like you already know. And then especially with the bloodline in his corner, like it was impossible to let Roman lose it. That's why they
yeah,
figured it
yeah.
out. That's why they figured it out on at WrestleMania. We gotta match it. Like however many bloodline members there is, we gotta have a motherfucker come out there and whatever. We had Jay Uso, Seth Rollins, fucking the Undertaker did a little spot real quick. You know what I'm saying? It took all that to beat Roman
I
Reigns.
think what they're trying to do with the bloodline is what the NW did with the black and the red.
Well, I think the
Nah,
bloodline shit is over. It's over
yeah, that's
because
over.
Roman ain't got
It's
nobody.
over.
Roman
Right.
don't have
They,
nobody right now.
Yeah.
And it looked like Fatu is gonna go on his own.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
You know,
Jay
And then
so
Uso's
and,
gonna win the title. Jay's gonna beat Gunther, I think.
and then also
So what,
too.
what they doing with the bloodline is what they did with the Bullet Club, right? They make them hot for a minute, and then they don't necessarily disband them. They gonna always be the Bullet Club, right? And they gonna always be the
Absolutely.
bloodline. But I just think the whole faction is like it's a wrap. Just like DX, they gonna always be DX.
Jay,
mhm.
Yeah,
that's
That's what I'm
right.
saying.
AJ
Is AJ
Styles, Kenny
Styles gonna
Omega.
rail? Is he wrestling? I thought he was going against Paul.
Oh, they gonna do a new Bullet Club, but I don't think AJ gonna. I think AJ gonna be a part of it just for a second. I think it's gonna be Finn, and it's gonna be
yeah.
Well, then, wait. Well, wait. There is a Bullet Club right now. It's called the War Dogs Bullet Club. It's led by Finley's son. That's who's the
Which
leader of
one?
that Bullet Club. Yeah, I'm
Wait a
watching
minute.
Gabe Kidd right now go against Ishii for the New Japan Strong title right now as we speak. So he's a part of the Word Dogs Bullet Club. Bullet Club never died. It's just
right.
different versions of the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club is
But
still alive.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to find three better leaders than what they already had. They're not gonna well four better leaders. They're not gonna find a better leader than Jay White. They're not
Yeah.
gonna find a better leader than Finn Balor. They're not gonna find a better leader than AJ Styles. And even though Cody wasn't formally in the Bullet Club, he was still technically like the best shit in the Bullet Club.
Wait. You skipped Kenny. Kenny was a leader also. Don't forget about Kenny being a leader of the Bullet Club at one
I
point.
don't think
What
Kenny was
about
ever the leader.
the Usos?
I don't
The
think Kenny
Usos
was
in the
ever the
Bullet Club
leader.
too, no?
You say
The
Kenny? You talking
Gorillas
about
of
Kenny
Huh?
Destiny.
Omega?
Yeah, Kenny Omega was the leader of the Bullet Club at one point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember the turn? Yeah, there was a turn,
Yeah,
and yeah,
but
you better do your
didn't Cody
homework.
kick him
There
out?
was a
Didn't Cody
turn,
kick him out?
but Cody kicked out. Yeah, Cody kicked out Kenny.
Yeah.
He turned on him in New Japan. Oh yeah, I know that whole storyline. I love
Yeah.
heel Cody.
Was it
I tell anybody, I like
wasn't
heel
this
Cody
guy's
than
son?
face Hulk. I like it.
Hey,
But
wasn't this
Cody
guy's
kicked him
son
out,
part
but
of it?
Cody was never an official member.
Haku's son was part of it too, right? What's his name?
What's that,
Yes,
Gorillas
Cap?
of Destiny,
Hikaleo.
yeah. The Gorillas of
He was an
Destiny, both
official
of them.
member. Yes,
That's gonna be the new
yes,
Bullet Club in the WWE. Finn Balor, the Gorillas of Destiny. That's gonna be new Bullet Club.
Hey, fins up, Damon.
right.
Good to see you finally made one. What's going on? Good
Cause,
morning.
Cause Finn Balor finna get kicked out because the number one guy is Dom.
Yeah,
So that little, yeah, so that little group woke up. So,
I miss
and
them
why
days. I ain't
now?
gonna front. That was some good old days.
Well, let me ask y'all this:
You know,
Is Brock Lesnar coming back, or is he really retired?
no,
I
he's
think he's
done.
gonna
He says he's
retire.
retired.
Once that case is
Okay,
He will
completely over,
retire.
he'll
Yes,
be
he
back.
need.
okay, gotcha.
I
I
don't
don't
think.
see
Here's the
him.
thing, though. I don't think TKO. I don't think TKO don't want nothing to do with what happened with Vince or him. And I think they wash their hands of it. If Brock Lesnar comes back, and this is so hypothetical, this is hypothetical, Vince would have to start a company himself. He's been in New Japan already. He's been in All Japan already. He hasn't been in AEW, but I don't think AEW want to take the risk also of bringing him on TV. So
Mm.
it's a lot that goes along with it. So yeah, it's just right now there's certain wrestlers out there that no organization want to touch because of their legal shit outside of the ring.
Yeah,
Ah,
but
okay.
Man,
if you
look,
notice TKO don't allow them to say Vince McMahon, but they say Brock Lesnar all the time. So I think Brock
Correct.
will be
Because
back.
he's still a part. Yeah, yeah, he's still a
if
part of the WWE history. You can't take that away from
If Brock Lesnar go to
him. He said,
AEW, man, just give him the title.
"Oh man, oh man."
Just give him the title. Who gonna beat him?
The thing about it,
Mm.
but you know what'd be nice about that? What's so nice about that is you got New Japan Pro Wrestling with a partnership with AEW, and I just seen a video where they're saying that WWE might be doing some work with New Japan Pro Wrestling. This forbidden door, guys, is finally wide open.
Hmm.
We might get sooner than later your WWE versus AEW wrestling
Yeah,
sooner
we were
than later.
discussing this last week.
That
Nah,
And
would
Remember?
be
never.
Yeah.
that
I
would
dude,
be
don't see it.
sweet.
That will
dude,
never happen.
I'm all for it.
I don't
You
see it.
know,
That
you
will
got
never happen.
you got
Yeah, I
well, I
don't
mean,
see
in
it.
time.
Yeah, because
No, and
with
listen,
Triple
money
H,
talks.
with
Money
Triple H
talks.
at the helms, I think it's a different. Because remember,
If
Vince
y'all
never
notice,
worked with any
WWE,
other company.
whoever they
Do you?
collab with,
Hey,
eventually
hey, Winters.
WWE absorbed that
Hey,
company and
Winters. Do
buy
you
it.
think that? Hey, you
TNA
think
is
Shane
next. They
has?
gonna buy TNA. Trust me.
Hey, you think Shane has some hand in that?
Nope.
I'll say this. This is what I'll say. Somebody got music or something in the background? Okay, thank you. Well, this is what I'll say is this. You just seen cross promotions with WWE and Noah. You just seen cross promotions right now, currently with TNA. You got WWE allowing wrestlers to go on the indies anywhere in the world and work also. So you got AEW doing the same. The only time Tony tells him to call him back is because if he has some big plans for him, he doesn't want to risk them of getting injured. And same with TKO and Triple H. It is a business, ladies and gentlemen. You can never say never. If the money is right. Chris Jericho said this at a New Japan press conference 5 years ago. 5 to like 7 years ago. He said, there is enough money to go around if everybody plays their game right. If everybody plays like, look, WWE don't need nobody. We all know that. We all know that WWE is the biggest professional wrestling organization and company in the world. We know that. But at the end of the day, you got to look at what the fans want. The fans been clamoring and wanting this forever. You can never say never. There could be another company that could sit there and put something together where it's an agreement between AEW and WWE and have a neutral ground. The
Can I get
I
money is
can't
pushback
get.
on?
right. I promise you, it can happen.
I can't get into AEW. I
Can I
can't
can
get
I
into
give you?
AEW. I'd rather go back and watch
Bro, imagine if
1996 Nitro.
WWE caught. Imagine having a WWE wrestler go to AEW one night.
Can,
That
can,
would change the spectrum, bro.
real
I'd rather go watch 1996 Nitro than to watch
real real
AEW
quick,
because it's the
guys. Real
same
quick, guys,
goddamn
because I
thing.
That's your opinion.
real quick, guys, because I'm just chiming in because I was on lunch break and I just heard this conversation. Fans up, first of all, y'all. You know, I appreciate
What's
everybody
up,
Hey,
Damien?
what's good,
harassing the
Damien?
Fans
conversation.
What's up,
up.
Damien?
What's up, y'all? Real quick with because I came in kind of like when y'all talk about like champions defending titles and then with the merger of these companies. Real quick. First of all, with the merging of the companies thing, with AEW, it's a little bit of a different animal even though WWE is the number one wrestling promotion in the world, that's nothing to be disputed with. And now they have partnerships with TNA. It's a difference. AEW partnershiping with WWE, especially with Tony, has been taking shots, has encouraged his staff, his wrestlers to take shots at WWE. And Hunter in that Hall of Fame speech a few years ago when they let Billy Gunn come in for the DX thing, took shots. And Nick Khan also on Ariel Hawani's show took shots at Tony Khan. With all those things being said, that's the equivalent of in the 80s WWE and Crockett Promotions teaming together. That's not going to happen.
Correct. Correct.
That's and it's
Correct.
TNA's a different animal. It's a different animal. TNA. Notice when TNA was taking shots at WWE, when Dixie was there, when they went tried to go head to head, it was no inter promotion thing. It's a difference now. It's a difference with those two
Right.
things. I will say this. And it's a different style of wrestling. That AEW is supposed to be the alternative, but they try to do WWE things, but they get away from storyline. They just want I don't want to say choreographed type of stuff, but it kind of sometimes
No, you
leans
can say
that
no,
way.
no. You can say that. You can say that.
But it
Yeah.
kind of leans this way. This is coming from somebody who was at the first AEW Dynamite in DC. I'm from DC, born and raised.
Okay.
But with that being said,
Okay.
um, it's I don't think that would happen because I don't think Tony wants it to happen. Tony has enough money to keep this thing going. I just think that Tony needs to step back from being the booker and just being the promoter and have a team of writers who are familiar with the business, know the business, and let them write the storylines and have a booker or a booking committee book properly because they have the talent. It's just when you let the inmates run the asylum,
It,
that's when it becomes a
it's not only that. It's not only that, right? You got fans like me that's been watching wrestling since I was a child.
me
However,
too.
I've never got into like the independents. I don't know the independent wrestlers. And when WWE bring in a new star, a new wrestler, they introduce them, they build them
Yeah,
up, they make them
right.
their own.
Right,
AEW just stick them right in your face and say, yeah, Mortos is the beat. I don't know who Mortos is. I don't
exactly.
know who the hell that is.
And that's a
I don't want to
problem.
see
That's a
them team
problem.
up with a wrestler that I
That's
know, and all of a sudden they got
and
credibility.
that
That's what I
and
don't
that's a
like about
problem.
AEW.
And that's a problem. AEW they tend too much to lean towards their hardcore fans who are going to automatically watch Dynamite every week. They're going to automatically every month pay the $50 for the pay. But a casual fan or a fan that strictly watches WWE or binge watches sometimes TNA or is trying to get back into professional wrestling, they're not going to know these independent stars. You have to build it up, like do little interviews, little short skits to get everybody familiar with it. And that's something that they lack on doing. And one quick thing before I land my plane about the defense of the championships. Was Roman on house shows and nothing like that? No. That's the only difference with maybe Hogan in the 80s when he was champion. Hogan wasn't defending on he wasn't defending on Superstars of Wrestling or Wrestling Challenge or WWE Wrestling Spotlight or Primetime Wrestling. He would be on the A unit house shows, and he would defend on every 3 months or every 6 months Saturday night main event and the big four pay-per-view events. And back in the 80s, it wasn't even a big four. It was WrestleMania, then in 87 came Survivor Series, then 88 came SummerSlam. Like, so this is something that if you've been a diehard wrestling fan, you're familiar. Like, big shows only happen monthly. Where the champion would defend the title, except if the only exception is Ric Flair and the NWA. The NWA champion will go around. So watching WWE, if you've been watching it all your life, this is something that we didn't really get familiar with until Monday Night Raw came in the early '90s, where you'll see a world title match, could be possibly every Monday. Then the Attitude Era, where they start having title defenses and title switches
Yeah, but
every.
back then, remember they didn't have pay per view. They had closed circuit, right? So
Well,
what they
well,
did was, this is what I missed. This is
what
what I
time period
missed.
are you talking about, bro? What time period are you talking about? So I'll be.
The time period you talking like in the late '80s, early '90s, right? During
Well,
that
no, not
time.
the early '90s. Closed circuit. The first real official where it was a broad pay per view thing for WWE was WrestleMania 5. WrestleMania 4 was damn near no more closed circuit. But
Yeah.
3 mostly closed circuit and a little bit.
But no. Listen to me. What I was saying is how they
Start
used to do the
first
build ups.
start.
How they used to do the build ups. Remember back in the days, we all used to get mad because the best fight of the night was right when the television broadcast was going off, right?
Yeah, that's
And
how you get.
that made you want to see that match the next day.
But that's how they get
They
you to
need to
watch
get
the
back
next.
to doing shit like that. They don't do that no more.
Well,
That's what I miss. Like,
So
damn,
my
what
I
happened?
wanted to say
Goddamn, the
that's what it
CEO
is.
is going on.
I mean,
I
and
wanted to say
we
this
can
real
look
quick,
at
and
like a lot
I
of our
wanted I
wrestling
want
fans. The Attitude Era, which we love, kind of took that aspect of wrestling away because it was so much of need that right now, title flips every week. Like that's where a lot of that got eliminated. But I think this build to Mania ain't been the greatest, but it's got some big matches on there that I'm really interested in seeing the thing.
This is what I miss about the Attitude Era. This is what I miss about it, right? Not only the multi-layer storyline, but it was at least 15 top guys in
Yeah,
WWE during the Attitude Era,
correct,
right?
correct,
Even
correct,
even the ones that was in the mid card, they
hmm
the next week they can elevate up to the top to be a
correct,
top guy like it was nothing. They don't
correct.
have that no more. Like it was,
it's a
think
different
about all the
era
top
though. You
guys
got
Steve
at
Austin is a
one
perfect
time.
example.
At
My
one time
favorite
back in the
wrestler.
days, all the top guys, yeah, Chris Benoit, you had Eddie Guerrero, you had John Cena. Well, not so much John Cena, he was still younger, but yeah, Kurt Angle, you had Triple H, you had The Rock, you had Stone Cold, you had The Undertaker, you had Mick Foley, you had all these top guys at one
Kane. Yep.
time.
Yeah, yeah, and but
But
I
they
mean,
were also in
Hey, don't forget
competition,
Big
though.
Show,
Yeah, hey, but to be
Undertaker,
honest with you,
Kane.
right.
they,
That's what I was
hey,
about to
yeah,
say.
They
hey,
Like this,
also
you're
they
right.
were
hey, but
also yeah.
WCW really helped a lot of that, whether people want to trash WCW or not. But that competition
thank
and that
you.
83 weeks, like it was bad for WWE. Like they were on the total defensive. Like it
Yeah, it
was
was.
bad. It was bad. And I think
And
that's
I
and that
wanted to go
Dog,
ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on 1 second. Let me say this. Sting during that time, Sting was big, just as big as Stone Cold at his height, just as big as The Rock at his height.
yeah, he was
Sting
super.
was the shit. that
He's a super.
silent Sting that come from the Raptor Sting, he was the top
And
guy in
and
all of wrestling back
WCW
then.
dropped the ball in Starcade '97. They dropped the ball. They dropped the ball with that crap finish,
Right.
the
You
whole
sure about
deal.
that, Big
They
Nick?
dropped the ball. Huh?
No, no, I'm talking about. He said at the top of wrestling.
What happened? What'd you say?
No, he said Sting. You said Sting was at the top of wrestling.
What you mean, the
No,
fake
I
Poker
said he was
Doom?
one of the biggest. He was one of the biggest baby face during that '97
91,
period when
90,
he
yeah,
when
No.
he was in
91
the
to 97.
rafters.
Yeah.
Of
When he was in the
All
course.
right.
rafters,
Oh,
that's when
okay.
WCW
And he
was
wasn't
that was during
talking?
that
Yeah.
'83 weeks. He
And
was
he wasn't talking? Oh my God.
he was arguably the number one, or at least top three baby faces. Austin was starting to get a lot of steam then.
I'm
So
talking
Mm.
about in the world.
Because
yeah,
Hmm.
yes, he
he was
was.
one of the
So,
biggest. Yeah, exactly. Because he was loved in Japan, and when they went over to Japan
Yeah,
all those times,
they
he
dropped the
had a
ball. They
huge
dropped the
following in
ball.
Japan.
And that comes in with what Tony Khan is doing now with this creative control. Who had creative control? Hulk Hogan had
Oh, this
creative
shit is
control. He
awful. Like
called his
I'll be,
shot in that
yeah,
match.
yeah,
He called his
yeah.
shot with that bullshit in that match.
I
And that's
Yeah,
something that's
hey,
killing it.
hey, you know what's
AEW
see, the
with
crazy?
problem
Jon
with
Moxley is
Tony
creative control.
Khan, the problem with Tony Khan is that he want me to believe that Darby Allin is a top guy.
Well, I'll say this with Darby because I totally get what you. I see this. If booked right, if booked right, because of because he has that Nick Foley aspect with him, because Nick Foley wasn't in shape, but you will have the belief that he could possibly overcome anybody because he could take an ass with him. He's willing to put his body and life on the line. Same thing with Darby. Instead of him being heavy set and big and out of shape, Darby's frail, but Darby does crazy damn shit. It's just the thing that he's not booked properly in
Yeah,
order
but
to have it.
Mick Foley, but you can believe that Mick Foley will actually fuck you up when he on offense. I don't get that from Darby.
Yeah, but Darby has I know because of the size, but Darby has that effect that you like, how can I stop this little motherfucker? He's like a roach. He just keeps coming back. He's willing to
It
jump
would be
off
the
and he's
same
willing to
thing
take his
with. It would be
corner.
the same thing with. Wait. It would be the same thing if you believe. Wait. You would believe that the Rey Mysterio can beat the Giant. It would be the same difference.
If booked
Like you got to think
properly,
of it. This is
But they
if
booked
professional
him
booked
right,
wrestling.
and
properly,
Rey
This,
Mysterio
you
was
know what I mean?
awesome. They booked him right.
if booked properly, you can have the David and Goliath thing if booked properly. Rey
You know,
Mysterio has
and
proven
let's
if
wait,
booked
and let's
properly.
not forget, and let's not forget that WCW is the reason why WWE and WWF got
Yeah,
luchadors and had 205
correct,
because the
correct.
WCW back in those days was fucking them up with their whole cruiserweight division. You got your Rey Mysterios, you got your Eddie Guerreros,
hmm
you got your Dean Malenkos, you got your Chris
Chris
Benoit's, you
Jericho.
got all of them
Eddie
from
Guerrero, Brock Lesnar.
WCW. Chris
Eddie
Jericho.
Guerrero, Brock
Oh,
Lesnar. They made you
yeah,
believe that Eddie had a shot and he won the title against Brock Lesnar. He made you believe.
absolutely.
If
No,
booked
Rey
properly,
Mysterio
you
Right.
can
made you
have that
believe that.
David and
Right.
Goliath. If
But
booked
hold
Rey,
on, you
properly.
just can't say you just
Rey
can't
So
say
Mysterio
it
yeah.
booked
made you believe
properly.
you beat Kevin Nash.
If
But you
booked
can't just
properly,
say it
yeah.
booked properly because Eddie
Absolutely.
Guerrero. Hold on, you can't just say that about Eddie Guerrero. That's minimizing Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero
No,
is one of the
Eddie
top five
Guerrero's in
all
my
time
top
greatest
10.
wrestlers.
No, listen, you take it out of context. Eddie Guerrero's in my top 10. What I'm saying is Big Brock Lesnar, NCAA champion multiple times. Brock Lesnar, who has damn near like almost 100-pound difference on Eddie Guerrero. Brock Lesnar, who they pushed to the moon at that time. And Eddie
Right, but going up
Guerrero,
against
we
Facts.
had belief that Eddie Guerrero could beat him, and he did.
going up
That's what I'm
against
talking about.
a legit ring general.
God rest his
He
But
soul,
went
this is
Eddie
a
against
legit
Guerrero.
shooter. This is Brock
God
Lesnar, a legit
rest
Yeah.
in
shooter.
peace, Eddie Guerrero.
It's a difference
Yeah.
because
I
it was
think there's a lot
booked
of
properly.
Yeah.
controversy around Eddie Guerrero's passing away too. To me it's
Not to
That was
mention, hey,
uncomfortable.
tragic.
listen, not to mention Brock Lesnar, who the guy who ended Undertaker's WrestleMania streak.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, sure
You,
did.
dude, I couldn't believe that shit. I still couldn't believe that shit. I was like, whoa. I was
Yeah, I
shocked.
think I
You
think
talking about
I
shocked
think it
like
should
them
have.
people in that crowd? I was
I
like, holy
think
shit.
I think either it should have never happened, which I'm strong with that, or it should have happened a year earlier, 29 with Punk. I think Punk should have ended. I
Well, I'm
mean,
gonna tell you why I think it was
I didn't
okay
really
for
like
me
that.
for Brock to end it. I'm gonna tell you why I think it was okay for Brock to end it. Because up to that point, Undertaker had never beaten Brock.
but who does it make? That type of streak you wanted to make somebody.
Well,
Brock was
Undertaker
already
wanted
a
it to be
made
over.
man. You don't
Undertaker
end a
wanted it to
streak.
be over.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He was against. He
Yeah, he
found
did.
out
He
the
said
day
it all the
of.
time. He wanted
No,
it
have
to
you
be
He
over.
heard
found out.
Listen,
He
Undertaker have
found
an
out the day
interview? He
of.
heard the
Yeah.
no,
day of
no, listen,
Mania.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
listen. You're
false. He
Yup.
heard
confusing
the
it. He
day of
wanted it to be
Mania.
over, but he didn't. He wanted it to be over, but he didn't think it should have been Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, because he wanted to make somebody. That's the whole
Yeah.
point. Especially when you're that age and that stature, you want to make the next person.
Hmm.
You want to make the next person.
Hey, but speaking of Rey Mysterio, though, I think him and Chad Gable gonna steal the show
Oh, that's gonna be a hell of a match. I'm telling y'all this, brothers. If
because they
I
dropped
would,
the ball on Chad Gable too.
if it wasn't for my love of the Lord being an associate pastor, I would be at Mania. It falls on Easter, so the second night falls, so I can't. But SummerSlam, I'm definitely there. SummerSlam, I'm definitely there. I'm definitely there. And yeah, I'm
Damn.
being honest. I'm keeping it a buck. That's why I'm at. I was
No,
at 40 days.
that's right. I feel you.
I
I
Hey,
feel
you know
you,
SummerSlam gonna be WrestleMania prices, right? You know
Yeah,
that,
it's
right?
gonna be two. It's 2 nights.
dude.
But see,
Yeah,
because
Two
it's
it's
so
gonna
nights,
be
huh?
close for us
WrestleMania
on the
prices.
East Coast, I know where I'm at in DC, I don't have to fly there. So I can drive there. So I can save on travel. But um question, y'all think Cena gonna get his 17th?
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning toward
Yes,
he is. I just
I
don't
do.
like that they gonna force the
Yes,
17th on him. But I like the
I
storyline. But I
do.
can also see Cody winning.
I want Cena
I
to
hope
win.
I hope Cena wins. I really do. I want Cena to win.
I want him
Yeah,
to win.
I've always
I'm
wanted to see
and
Cena
also.
be this heelish.
Now let me ask you this: did Cena shave his head, or is that just a rumor?
No,
I
he
haven't heard
going
nothing.
bald. But Cena said he ain't giving y'all shit. He gonna come out here in the same
Yeah,
outfit, same promos, everything.
I love it.
The only thing I'm disappointed in is that
Yeah.
they didn't really get the all-time great promos between the two against each other because Cena's schedule.
So my
I
thing
thought that was
is,
gonna be the greatest promo. I thought that was gonna be the greatest promo in wrestling history between them two.
Between Cena and
But
Cody?
You don't think Cody can go on the mic?
Oh, I think Cody can go, but I mean, we're looking at my thing with Cena. The only time I ever seen Cena get a little flustered with his words was those days him and Punk used to go at. Cena's excellent on that mic.
In my opinion, these are the people that can stand toe to toe with Cena on the mic. These are the only people, in my opinion. The Miz, CM Punk,
Hmm.
Yes,
Cody
Hmm.
Rhodes,
correct.
and Roman Reigns.
Hmm.
To me, that's it. Everybody else he's squashing.
I would like to see a veteran MJF in a WWE environment, seasoned in the
He's
Oh,
gonna happen. It's
environment,
gonna
where
happen.
he
I
didn't
would
have
That's
to.
agree
He
gonna
with
didn't have
that.
to
happen.
go for the cheap
You're
heat.
gonna
He ain't
see
ready
it.
for them promos
I
in
would
the
like to
I
see
Give
think
it
WWE.
he
five
He
would
ain't
more.
have
ready
to.
for
that.
I
that.
say this. Give it 5 more years. You will see MJF in the
Oh
WWE.
yeah,
I
eventually, because
promise you
Cena
Yeah,
that.
told him he's
yeah.
close to
That's a
Cena.
That's
promise.
Cena
real.
said you
I
eventually
agree
gotta
with
come to
that.
the big time. But if you're able to work less and get crazy money, I mean, you take advantage of it. But
Hmm.
I got all respect for MJF
But
promo ability.
them unscripted promos, he'll get ate alive in WWE. He come over there with them unscripted promos.
I
They,
I
they
think I
will
think
bury
I
his.
think I think if MJF gets in the WWE system, I really think MJF got smoke
Hmm.
on that mic.
Yeah,
He's got
I
what it
think,
takes.
believe it
He
or
can cut a
not,
promo, and literally.
by the time
But
Ricky Six comes up to the main roster, I think Ricky can hang.
I don't think Ricky gonna ever get the
I'm gonna say
promo
this
game
to
down.
you. I want.
I don't see
No,
it.
he.
Huh?
No,
I
he
don't see
will.
Ricky with the
He
promos.
will.
I don't
He
see
will.
it.
I like
I'm gonna.
I like where
I'm gonna
Ricky's
tell you
at right
this.
now.
Ricky. He. I'm happy that he got to the WWE because I think he's a better fit over there. I think
Yeah,
he's a great. He will become a WWE superstar in a couple years. I promise y'all that.
and he didn't get
He has
flustered
it.
with
He does
Edge.
have it.
He
He
didn't get
has the
flustered with
pizzazz
Edge.
and
He
all
held
that.
his own.
Hey,
Yeah.
but he gonna have to get rid of that stupid ass pose though. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
with
don't like
that.
that either. You're right,
I'm
though.
not with
No,
that.
that's
He
the
gonna have to get
shit.
rid
That's
of
his
that.
That's his
shit.
shit, though.
That's
hmm
his shit though. That's
Oh,
his
you
that's
got
shit.
it.
Everybody got their shit. That's his
It
shit.
ain't working. He
That's
that
gotta
what make me
find something
like him.
else.
that pose is Ricky. That's him. But also
That's
I like the
Ricky.
idea of I'm glad that Phoenix came over, and then the so-called brother came before him. I'm glad those guys are
Yeah.
in WWE
Oh
because
yeah,
I think
bro. They
they gonna
gonna
do
have
well
yo.
over here.
Listen,
Scott's son about to come, too.
future tag team champions. Yeah, we was just talking about that.
They can.
We literally was just
I,
talking about that.
And then Phoenix gonna get hurt.
no, but he's not
um,
going to. that
Does
and then
style.
Animal
He
Son
want to
still
tone
play
it down.
for football? Does Animal
Huh?
Son
and then
still
s-
play football?
Yeah, he's finishing up with college. He's Scott's son. He said he wants to come. He's coming.
who
yeah,
Scott even said he's about to get into developmental.
who y'all talking about?
Scott
And I
Steiner.
think
Yeah,
that's
you
when
talk
Bron. I think
Shake. You talking about his
I,
son? You talking about Animal's son that plays for the
no
Minnesota
no
Vikings, correct?
No,
Yeah,
Scott
yeah,
Scott
yeah.
Steiner.
Steiner, Scott Steiner, Big
Oh,
Papa
Scott
Pump
Steiner.
son.
Oh,
Okay.
Scott Steiner.
No,
Oh, Scott
I'm
Steiner's
talking
son,
about
college. He played college
Animal
football.
Son.
Yeah, once he finishes with college, he's
Yeah,
coming.
then that's the son. The, yeah, he
He
played
Let
for the
me
said
guess.
he was
Now
Vikings.
I
talking
think
about
that's when
Let me
Animal
Bron.
guess.
I
Son.
think that was when Bron. I think that was when Bron gonna take the Steiner name.
Niggas on this.
Let me
He
guess.
said
He had Michigan.
he said
What you got?
Animal Son. He ain't say Steiner son. He
He's
said
talking about James Laurinaitis. He played for Ohio State in college. And, he didn't play in the league. I'm still playing.
I'm going in the house.
What do y'all think about the women's match, y'all? Bianca, Rhea, and Io.
Rhea.
I like to
I
see
think
Bianca win,
Bianca
but I think
wins.
Io gonna come out on top.
This is my thing. Will they break that streak?
Yeah, I want to see
Undefeated in
Bianca
Mania.
win.
Bianca's undefeated in Mania.
Yeah,
They,
but if she don't get pinned, it won't count.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I
that's
think
what I was
Bianca
thinking too.
wins.
That's why I think they got the triple threat because I want to see her and Rhea. Two things I want to see because that stems back from NXT. Rhea got the best of her a couple of times in NXT. I wanted to see those two go 1-on-1, but they might be saving SummerSlam. SummerSlam 2 nights now, so they got 6.
Well, next year, I know it better be one of these three combinations. It either better be Jade and Bianca, or it better be Jade and Charlotte. Charlotte.
I don't think I would like to see Jade. I don't
Ooh,
think Jade ready for that. I
No,
don't
not
think
now. That's why I said next year, next WrestleMania.
I don't know if she'll be ready next year. Charlotte
yeah.
or Bianca. I don't know. I don't.
I love Jade, yo.
I
But
love
you got to
I
give
look,
fucking
Charlotte,
love
you
and it
got to give
ain't
Jade.
Charlotte
Jay's fault.
somebody.
It ain't
You got to
Jay's
give
fault
Charlotte
because of
somebody
what
where she's
happened
not
in
going to be.
AEW.
You got to give
But
Charlotte somebody where she's not going to be the automatic favorite. Like we need somebody to say like, I don't know, boy.
we want
Like,
her.
and
I want her and
right
Bianca.
now, the only people
That's
that
the
you
match.
say that against is if Charlotte and Rhea get in the match together, Charlotte gonna be favorite. The only
But
one
we
she
seen
might not
it.
be favorite against is Bianca right now.
That's what we want to see. That's the one we have. That's what we want to see is her and Bianca.
Absolutely.
We've seen her and Rhea twice in 2 Manias. One that was was COVID, and then this one 2 years ago at 39. Her and Bianca's the one we want to see. So
With
Hey,
who? Charlotte?
yeah,
y'all know technically if Charlotte
I don't want
wins,
to see Charlotte. Period.
if
well,
Charlotte wins,
Thank you. I
technically it'll be
I
agree.
mean,
16.
I'm with you, bro.
Charlotte has her whininess and all this, but in the ring, man, I gotta give that girl her props, man. She's outstanding in the ring. She's one top 5 women workers that
That
I've
don't
seen.
mean she should have beat Asha.
Well, that was booking.
I mean
That's
Oscar.
Vince's booking. That's Vince's horrible
Yeah,
booking.
that was stupid,
And
Vince.
it made Oscar look like a sucker saying,
Yeah, Oscar
I
could have went
wasn't
toe to
ready
toe
for
with
Charlotte.
anybody.
That was horrible.
That was
That was
stupid.
that was horrible. The AJ Styles Nakamura match was horrible. From what we saw at Wrestle Kingdom 9, it was horrible what they did to Nakamura and AJ Styles. That
Yeah, he
same
should have went
Mania,
over.
34.
Yeah, Nakamura should have went over. But Oscar definitely should have went over because I
Yes, he
still
should
believe
have.
right now Oscar go toe to toe with anybody in wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Oscar ain't the same. Now
And
that we
where
have
is
that
Oh,
and
visual,
who?
Oscar's a beast.
it'll never
Yes,
be the
she
same
is.
Oscar's a
no more.
beast.
If they'd have
Yes,
kept
she
her book
is.
like they did in NXT, it'd have been different. But Vince ruined her, man. She ruined her. He ruined her.
Yep.
Well,
He
look what he
Vince
ruined
did
her.
with
ruined her.
Karrion
Yep.
Cross.
You're right.
Look what he did with Karrion. Now we noticing that Karrion Cross ain't that goddamn big no more. He was a
That
monster till Vince got hold to him.
and see, what Ron Carrying Cross, I've noticed he's good on the promos. He's so creative. But when that bell ring, he don't.
Well, they
It's
gave him
that.
some ugly ass finishers. Like this new finisher might be all right, but the ones before that was like, come on, man.
Yeah, man. When you hit you in the back of the head, yeah, man. That's the thing. When that bell ring, the same thing with the late great break. God rest his soul. Vignettes, everything, creativity, outstanding. But
Man,
once that damn bell
someone's
ring,
got bad echo.
it might be me, dog, because I'm outside. It might be me.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
it's just like the finishes to me, if you don't give the superstar the right finisher, they're just not gonna be believable. Like Becky Lynch with that manhandle slam, that shit is awful. Samoa Joe with the coquina clutch, I hate that. Stick to the muscle buster. That was a better one for you. Like I just hate when they take away the most devastating finishes and give them that weak shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's like the best.
Well, here's the
Everybody knows
thing
the
though.
best
Wait, wait,
finisher in
wait.
wrestling.
But
Everybody knows the best finisher in wrestling was that leg drop.
oh,
Stop it,
get the
Shake.
fuck up,
Hey,
Shake.
but
Shut
look,
the
but
fuck
look,
It's
up,
Jake,
the
you got to
bro.
be
flying
older.
forearm and the figure
You got
four
to be
leg
older.
lock.
You got to be older. You got to be older to appreciate that leg drop. You
Yeah.
talking about a 330
That that
pound
that
Wait,
man
wait,
fig
wait,
dropping
wait,
his
wait, wait,
whole
Come
wait,
leg?
wait,
on,
wait,
that
Shake.
wait,
figure
wait,
Stop
wait.
it.
four
I,
was
I,
no
Jake,
I,
joke in
listen,
the
wait, wait,
day.
wait,
Snake
wait, wait.
DDT was
The,
what
That
they
leg
wanted.
drop
the
was
most,
old fashioned. Stop it.
Jake the Snake DDT was
yeah,
devastating until they
the
started letting
most.
everybody do it and
Yeah.
kick out
Yeah.
of it.
Oh, hell
And
yeah,
and
hell
not
Or
yeah,
even
even
hell
Diamond
yeah.
Dallas
he said
Page.
it. Oh yeah,
Oh
with the cutter.
yeah,
Jake the
yeah, the
Snake
cutter.
said it
That
that
was
he don't. Jake the Snake said he don't like how they watered down the DDT. Yeah, it's terrible. The power
But
driver
Yeah,
too.
Mark,
it is watered
That's
let's
why I
talk
down.
about
respect
the leg
KO. He
drop.
made the power driver mean something again.
But let's talk about the leg drop now. Even though it was horrible, Hulk Hogan was still 320 pounds solid muscle dropping that big ass leg on your ass.
It's true. That
Right.
is true.
Or
That is
even
true.
or even when Andre the Giant did
That's
it.
only 25% of his weight though.
I'll take y'all back in the day. Beautiful Bobby Eaton off the top rope, the Alabama Jam.
Now, hey,
Leg
Yes,
check
drop
this
off
out.
top rope.
sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, hey,
That's my
real quick.
favorite tag team of all time, Midnight Express. They should be in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, real quick. I think one of the most devastating finishing maneuvers was the last ride, but I don't see how Undertaker enjoys having someone's dick in his face.
I know, right? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
not gonna
no, he ain't.
happen.
No,
Hey,
that's real though.
that's
That's
why.
not gonna
That's a
happen.
But,
crazy
but
visual,
remember,
but
man. Remember
no,
that's
when
but
my
no,
favorite
but
all
they
time
doing it?
finisher though. The
no, but
last
Shake.
ride.
Now that you
That's
mention
my
that,
favorite.
the
Remember
Undertaker
when?
had
Hey,
the
hey,
Undertaker had a
it,
move. The Undertaker had a finishing move that he done with his leg, and I think they stopped it because it was too. I guess it was too dangerous. Where he puts his head down there in your leg,
the
and then
gates of
squeeze
hell.
it, and
Hell's
it's
Yeah,
like
Gate. He called it
you
Hell's
start
Gate.
coughing up
Hell's
blood.
Gate.
Hell's Gate.
Yeah, man.
And
Good
But
I'm
grief,
gonna tell you. Okay,
that
so
was
the
wonderful.
last
Didn't
ride.
Andre the Giant do a leg drop on someone? On
Oh, I hope
people?
not. I hope not.
Yeah,
But
look, the
I
yeah, he
think
last
he
the
has.
last
did.
ride,
ride is
Yeah,
the
the
last
last.
ride is my favorite
he
finisher.
did.
My second favorite finisher of all time, and I don't care what nobody says, it's the most devastating finisher that I've seen. That's that clothesline from hell. When he
I'm gonna
hit it
tell.
right,
Uh,
Now,
when he
wait,
hey,
hit
wait,
it
wait.
J,
right,
Hold
man,
on.
that
Wait,
JBL
wait,
thing
wait,
did
wait,
was
pretty
wait,
good
wait,
on
wait,
that
wait. I
too.
got me
Yeah,
wait.
Stan, wait,
I
hold
got
on.
me wait,
Stan
wait.
Hanson's
The Stan
lariat.
Hansen lariat
Stan
first.
Hanson's
The Stan
lariat.
Hansen lariat
I'm
it
first.
telling
was
you,
not
Yes,
better than
that's first
that's
JBL.
where it came.
class,
That was
man.
that's his son. That's his
That's where he
grandfather.
got it from.
You know, it's his
I
Stan.
know,
grandfather in real life.
I know, but go look at
wait,
So you
JBL
know
when he
that
bringing
Stan
that
Oh,
shit
Hansen
I
all the
know
way
lariat.
back.
about
Wait a
JB.
minute, hold
Look,
on. Who's grandfather?
Hey, JBL bringing that shit all the way back to
yes,
Mexico.
he
Stan
does. Yes,
Hansen's
he does.
related to JBL in real life.
Stan,
oh, Jimmy is related to Stan Hansen.
Stan Hanson's
Stan Hansen
lariat
and Jerry
is.
and the boy JBL are related in real life.
Wow,
And,
I
and
didn't
Stan,
Yes,
know
hey,
that.
Stan
he
I
Hansen,
know
passed that
about
shit
that.
down
hey,
to him.
isn't Stan Hansen the dude who catches
Yeah.
predators, who catch
You can't,
pedophiles?
but you can't. Y'all can't say Stan Hansen and his lariat was better than JBL. I'm telling you, that man went all the way back to Kansas when he hit Chuck
Yo,
that way.
Stan Hansen shit was where you think he got
No,
it?
that's
Where you
David
think he
Shutt
got it
who
from? He
did the
got that
bounty
shit
hunting
passed
stuff.
down to him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love this. I love the clothesline from hell. But I'll be honest with you, I'm a sidewalk slam guy myself. And when Arn Anderson used to do the sidewalk slam, or that was
Spine
one of my
buster.
favorite
Arn
finishers
Anderson
of
was a
all
spine
time.
buster.
Spine
Hey,
buster, the spine
the
buster.
Boss
Scorpion
man
Jesus
Deathstroke
was the
was pretty
Christ!
sidewalk
cool.
slam. Big boss man. Ray
Yeah,
Trailer,
Yeah,
Big
whatever
Boss
Boss
you
Man
want to
was
Man.
call him.
sidewalk slam.
Big Bubba
And,
Rogers, whatever you want to call him.
and I'm gonna tell you what else was nice. And he the
Hmm.
only one that can hit it right. The world's strongest slam. That was nice. But he the only one can hit it right. I hate when other people try
You
to
talking about
do it.
Mark Henry? You talking about Mark
Right.
Henry
When he
did
hit
that?
it right, when he bring your ass all the way
Mark
up over his
Henry.
head and come down, oh my
Yeah,
God.
you ain't know, dude. That
I
dude is
tell you
he's a
something. Y'all
freak of
want to see something
nature.
outstanding? One of my favorite all-time wrestlers in my top 10. People might don't agree with this. Rick Rude would start
Oh,
off
you
with a
got
vertical
Ravishing Rick
Yeah,
Rude?
suplex and then turn it into a press.
yeah.
Rude was out,
Yep.
Oh
man.
no, he was a real ring general.
Yeah, it hurt me, man. He got when I remember watching that match in
Yes.
Japan
Yeah.
with him and Sting when he messed up
Yes.
his back, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
Ravishing Rick Rude,
Oh
huh?
Rude
man, I
was
seen it.
Who had
I
one of
remember
the
who do you
best
that.
think
heels in
had
the
the who
game.
do you think had the best power slam?
Uh, Mr.
Oh
Wonderful.
man.
Yeah, one of the best power.
I don't know. I get the Goldberg.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a power
I don't know.
driver.
I like Batista had some really good ones.
I think
Yeah,
Yeah,
Goldberg
yeah.
had the who do you think had the best spear?
man.
Oh, Goldberg,
Braun
period.
Oh
Breaker.
God.
Are
No,
Oh
you
Goldberg,
God.
crazy?
period.
I just
Or
Oh
said
Kevin
God.
Nash. Kevin
Braun
Nash
Let me
Breaker.
tell
because
you
like
Goldberg.
why
he's so big.
talking about
Goldberg.
spear.
I can tell you why
Goldberg
though.
got
And
that.
I don't really give it to
Did you see that
I don't
spear
give it
Goldberg.
to
for
Roman
Braun
Reigns.
Breaker
I
on
don't give
Monday
it
night?
to because they jump. They
No,
jump.
I know
Goldberg,
Goldberg got it,
Goldberg.
but
Goldberg,
Goldberg got that.
beat your ass.
That's his. That he's number one with that one with the
Yeah, he
spear.
didn't jump. The
Right.
jumping ruined it for me.
Goldberg.
Now they doing
Yeah.
flips with it.
Well, no, Rhino spear too.
Everybody. No, 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 no. What? Oh,
The boar.
Rhino. Oh, wow.
Let's
That's a
try to forget
name.
about
He was
Rhino.
Holy
doing it
shit. I
first.
remember
He was
watching
doing it
him.
before
I,
Goldberg in ECW.
dude, I remember watching him.
He sure
I'm
was. He sure
yeah,
was.
ECW Arena. You ain't gotta tell me. I was there.
No,
I was there.
he
Man,
wasn't doing
Trust
it
me.
before. Listen, he said I seen Rhino talking about it, and Tommy Dreamer told him to try it. He said he didn't want to do it because that's Goldberg's thing. He didn't want to be like yeah. Goldberg did it first,
Oh,
so
I,
Tommy Dreamer
I,
named it, and he
I
also
can't
But
research it,
think
so I'm
like,
gonna stand corrected because I can't research it. Because
hey, I
Goldberg was on TV in what late mid '97.
oh, Rhino's out before
no
Goldberg
Goldberg was
though.
there
That's
like
what I was
94,
thinking.
He was
95.
out. Rhino was
No,
out
Goldberg
before
wasn't in
that.
Rhino,
no '95.
Rhino's
Rhino was out
WCW
95.
wasn't in the lead in '95. Hall and
What?
Nash was
It
still in
was.
You
It
WWE in
wait,
was.
'95.
WCW in the
Hall and
hold on,
Nash ain't
homeboy.
lead
No,
to
but
summer '96.
WCW was NW. Stop. WCW was NWA. It transferred to
It
WCW.
transferred.
It was
It
on
transferred
TV
to
in
NW
'95.
from NWA after in '89. That's when they transferred. WCW was still Hall and
All
But
right.
Nash wasn't in WCW to the summer '96.
You drop your
So,
rag.
so
I'm not
Goldberg. Hold on,
disputing
real quick.
that
Real
part.
quick.
What I'm
I
disputing
just looked
is
it up. Goldberg made his wrestling debut September 22nd, 1997.
Okay, perfect. When Rhino started using that damn spear. Thank you, Shay. Thank
I'm telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what Rhino said. He didn't want to use it because he didn't want to be people to think he was stealing Goldberg's move. He
you.
had
Was he
Rhino
another
made
saying
move.
that?
his wrestling
He
debut.
talked
Hold on. Rhino made his wrestling debut in 1994.
right, but he wasn't using the gore. He wasn't using that.
hmm.
Man, I wish I wasn't at work, man, because I can do some research, man.
Hold on, who got the worst one? Edge, right? Edge got the worst one, right?
Ooh, your edge is
Edge got the worst one.
The
yeah,
Razor's
yeah.
Edge.
That's
Yeah.
Didn't
Yo,
Edge?
I'll say
Did,
this. Wait. I'll say this to you guys. I'm gonna say this. When FTR turned on Coke and Philly, yo, everybody cheered. We cheered
Yeah, Edge
because
don't want to
now
put nobody
Coke
over.
gonna be out. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Coke and Christian team up this
that's what I
summer. It's
think.
Absolutely.
called this
Yeah.
FTR and
They're going to save it for that
AEW
Texas
All
show.
In.
They're going to save
that's
it
a
for
good
that
Absolutely.
point
Texas
though,
show.
Flanders.
Yep,
Good point.
yep.
Because
They're gonna save it for
Y'all
the
know who else
Texas
got a
show.
pretty good spear? Charlotte got a good spear too.
Man, what?
Yeah, she don't hit it that
Boo.
much, but
Ain't
she
bad.
got a good spear.
Yeah, I've seen her
Shaw,
hit it.
I
Matter of
like what
fact,
Shaw. I like what Shaw did with the with his father's move.
we turn it to the figure
the
eight.
figure four.
Oh, the
Yeah,
figure eight.
yeah. I like the way.
I get why nobody likes her. I don't like her either. She whines. You know,
You
she
just liked her muff being
Okay.
stuck up in the
All
air.
right. Real quick. I just did some of my research now. Right.
okay. Take with the research. Take with the research.
So he was right because
Okay.
according to
Stand
this,
corrected.
he listen. According to this, he didn't use the gourd until he started ECW, and he started ECW in 1999.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
I stand corrected.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a wrestling savant, homie.
same
I'm a
here.
Hey
wrestling
man, you got
savant.
one over.
Man, I love wrestling, man. I go hard.
Man,
I'm like
Nick, the last time we had a
before.
conversation, we were talking about best in the world wrestlers, and we had this argument with Will Ospreay and all this. Man, Nick, don't do that.
Will Ospreay be a top guy in
He
WWE?
got one right. He got one right. He ain't in the number one guy in AEW, man.
That's why they got horrible booking over there.
But
Shit.
look.
He don't have to be. Here's the thing. He don't have to be the number
Let me
one
ask you a
guy in
question.
AEW.
If Punk and Cody was still there, would Ospreay be the top baby face in AEW? Yes or no?
Yeah, he would.
No, he
Yeah,
wouldn't.
Yeah, he would.
They
He
had
Cody
the
would.
would.
Cody.
He's
They
Cody
one of
had
the
the
would.
top
Cody. Yes, he
babyface. Yes, he
would. They
would.
had the
Punk's
Cody.
overrated and
Cody
done.
wouldn't. Wait,
I
wait,
don't know.
wait.
I know that
Cody
company ain't
was
been the
getting
same since
booed.
Punk was
Wait,
there.
wait, 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 wait. Stop. Wait, wait, wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Cody was getting booed on his way out of
Yes, he
AEW.
was. Yes, he
I
was.
consistently have watched. I consistently watch AEW
Yes, he
from
was.
AEW Dark, AEW Evolution, all of that stuff from way beginning when he
He
used to
was.
fuck up storylines. He fucked shit up. Like he created stuff and he was fucking shit
Well,
up.
the only stupid things I
He
say
really
he did
was.
was one,
He-
he put that stupid stipulation that he couldn't wrestle for the title again after he lost. That was stupid. Then two, the incident with
Thank
the
you.
burning damn
Agreed.
table,
Thank
with the
you.
burning damn table where he set his damn self on
Yo,
fire,
he
and
fucking
the
burned
whole
himself.
situation with
Stuff on
Jade and
fire.
Velvet, Red Velvet, whatever that girl name is with Shaq, with
Yep.
Brandy. That was all stupid too.
Yep.
So I give you, but
Yep.
AEW ain't been right since Punk
And
and Cody left.
don't forget him and Dustin. That was too much color, man. That was way too much color for that match. I ain't like that.
No, but it was
They didn't need all that.
Too
They
much
didn't
wait,
need
wait,
color.
all
wait,
that.
wait, 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 wait,
The hell
wait,
that's
wait,
supposed to mean?
wait, wait.
Blood.
So you talking about that match at all out the first one before
Yeah.
AEW was even that match, that blood feud, because what led up to that? That match didn't call for that.
I mean,
Two
but not that
brothers feud,
goddamn much though.
and they got personal about the thing with Dusty, you know, not being there with Dustin through his hard time, but being there, Baby and Cody, all that stuff that led up to that, and that
That was
blood.
yeah, and that led up to the greatest promo Cody ever did. It was up
Yeah,
there
I
with his
need my brother. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
was up
did.
there with the son of a plumber promo. It was a damn good promo.
All right, so you agree with me?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but I just
All
think
right, so I got
I
you
still
back for
think
that Rhino thing. That's right there.
I think Dustin just he had to maybe do too much.
I got him back.
I think
Just that quick.
no, I
Title
still
change
don't think it
hands.
was. I still don't think he needed that much blood. I'm gonna stand on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Cody Rhodes will surpass his dad? In what
No.
way?
He already has.
We talking about
I
impact
mean,
on the
I guess
business?
it depends how you look at it. I mean, I
What
don't
do you
know.
mean by that?
Yeah, I mean that can go
I'm
like
talking about as far as
I think
20
legacy.
he
different
has.
ways.
If you're talking about
I think he's.
impact on the business as far as trendsetter,
Never, never.
Booker, no.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Nobody
He'll
would
go
actually.
down in the history books. You could say and draw more money because
Like
of what the
but
WWE is now.
he
But
doesn't have his dad's
no, yeah,
mic either.
The American Dream, no, no,
He doesn't have his dad's skills on the mic either.
yeah, yeah.
Well, not
Promo,
only that,
Dusty top five
not only that,
promo ever, ever. I
his
ain't talking
dad
about
could
just
have
this
been
era, this ever.
but his dad. See, the thing about Dusty Rhodes is that Dusty Rhodes could have been our next door neighbor. He could
Yeah,
have been the guy that we go to
like
You
work
ain't
with.
Right.
never lied.
now you
You ain't
talking
never
facts.
lied. That's why I love
Yep.
He gets you to
Dusty.
believe. He
Oh
gets you to
my God,
believe.
I love Dusty.
Yep.
Dusty top
That
five promo
dude,
ever. That hard
yo,
times promo, or that it'll never be over when
bro.
Oli turned his back on him at the Omni.
I can
Man,
Hey,
I can
I know you
remember I
don't
Dusty
can
agree
makes
with
remember
me.
this.
NWA
You might say it
NWA
was
main
the greatest.
event back in 85, 86,
Yeah,
87.
Dusty
I can remember
me.
those days. Trust me.
I know
Yeah.
y'all
And,
agree with
and,
this if y'all can remember this, right? But I remember what really made me fall in love with Dusty Rhodes and him being like Mount Rushmore was when he went against Tully Blanchard and he walked into that arena holding that belt down and
Uh huh.
He had Tully written in the side of his head. I said, "Oh my God!"
Hmm.
Dusty,
Yeah. Yeah.
Dusty,
I like when Dusty Rhodes
And he
teamed
lost
up with
that
Dick
match to Tully,
Murdoch.
and Tully
yeah,
beat him.
Yep.
Oh
Dusty can
man.
get over by with and still be losing and still lose the match. Dusty will still
Yeah,
get himself over.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's what
Dusty's mind
wrestling is
for the business,
about.
and Cody
You
would tell
know.
you that. Cody would tell you that. Dusty's mind for the business.
Hmm.
You gotta remember the careers that Dusty and we was talking about right in this generation. Because when the start of NXT, when it was still Florida Championship Wrestling, Dusty was there with Triple H,
Hmm.
helping Charlotte and all those guys,
Yeah.
Sasha and Seth
Yeah.
Rollins through their promos. Dusty told Punk, and Punk mentioned that in a promo he had with Cody. But Dusty was there through all that. Dusty was there. Not even to mention the booking with that match with Flair and Steamboat at the Chi-Town Brawl in '88. Through that trilogy, that was Dusty booking that. Like,
Steamboat.
And Dusty should have
Uh-uh.
been the one who inducted Ric Flair,
the
not
first
Triple H. I don't give
Starcade
a
in
damn.
'83, Flair for the gold, Harley Racing and Flair. That was Dusty booking. Dusty created Starcade for Crockett.
Yeah, but
Dusty
Dusty
the one
should have
who
been the
took
one
that
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 inducted Ric
national.
Flair. I don't know
Yeah.
what was up with that.
I know why.
Dusty
I
pretty
know
much.
why. That was Triple H being selfish because he had looked up to Ric Flair.
What happened?
But it's three people. It's three icons that owe their whole career to Dusty Rhodes. That's Ric Flair, Kevin Sullivan, and I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. You can get Holly Ray some of that too.
Don't forget, hey, Cody Rhodes
Flair's
owes
Oh
his
different.
career
yeah.
to Dusty Rhodes too.
No, I can't say
Big
Flair.
Nick, you definitely right on Kevin Sullivan though.
Flair might have been
Yeah,
his
but
greatest rival, but
yeah.
nah, Flair in the 70s, he came up through Vern Gagne, and then he was initiating the NWA. Harley Race was a big advocate for him, the Funk Brothers. I can't say that Flair owes his career. Flair was already established. He had already held the NWA
Yeah, that's kind
Okay,
title.
but who's Ric Flair all-time number one rival?
I just said that.
of Dusty.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I ain't hear you say
Ricky
that. My bad. My
Steamboat.
bad. My
Steamboat.
bad.
Steamboat.
Hey, what about Sting?
No, it's either
Steamboat.
Ric Flair. It's either gonna
Steamboat's
be
overrated.
It's either
What
gonna
about
be
Sting?
Dusty or
Steamboat.
Sting.
No, but see,
It's
see,
gotta be
Steamboat.
Dusty or
Steamboat
Sting.
was one of the greatest wrestlers that nobody talks about.
Hey, what
Yeah,
He's
about
People better
Steamboat?
overrated.
What
respect.
about
People
Sting?
better
underrated,
Nobody likes
respect
Sting.
Ricky the
underrated.
Dragon
You got to
Steamboat.
put some respect on Steamboat
Sting
back
was one of
then.
the best
I'm
baby
just
faces
kidding.
Oh,
ever.
see, I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
give
tell
y'all
you
a
something.
name. I'm gonna give y'all a name that
Steamboat's in
y'all
my
forgot
top
about. That was
four.
a
Like,
good
One of the
rivalry
best
for
baby
Ric
faces ever.
Flair.
I don't think
But
he never
I
turned
like
heel either. He never
I
turned
like
heel.
Hey, bro,
who
you
Dusty
remember you
Rhodes.
remember
absolutely.
Rocky Ronnie Garvin?
Yeah,
Damon, you
hands
talking
of
about Dusty
stone.
Rhodes?
He beat Ric Flair
That
for
was
the
a good
title at
rivalry.
Yeah.
the
That was a
Starcade.
good rivalry
Hands
for
of
Flair.
stone.
Yeah,
What
Him and
what
Flair went
what
at it.
was Dusty Rhodes ever a heel?
yeah. He started off. Him and
Yeah,
Dick
he was a
Murdoch were
heel.
tag team
Yeah,
Dick
partners. He
Murdoch,
yeah.
started
He
right?
off
Yeah,
as
came
a
in
Dick
as
heel.
Murdoch.
one, didn't he?
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember.
He
Man, I used
started
to
off
love
as a
me some
heel.
Dick Murdoch.
Yeah.
Man, look at you talking about tag team. Boy,
Yeah, he started
them
as a
them
heel.
guys was nasty.
Ooh,
Dick
boy.
Hey, let me
Murdoch
tell
beat the
y'all my
hell out of
childhood.
Sting. Y'all heard
Let
about
me
that
tell you my
story? He beat the hell
childhood
out of Sting in the
heroes.
locker room.
My
Beat
Who
the
childhood
hell
did?
out of
heroes,
Sting.
right? I had three of them.
Oh yeah.
I had Mad Dog Bud Sawyer. That
Uh
was
huh.
my I love that dude. I don't know why, I just loved him.
What Buzz Sawyer?
Yeah.
Kendall Windham, and
Mm.
Barry Windham.
Yeah,
Those
Buck
are my
Sawyer.
Yeah,
guys.
that
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
gonna tell you
that's
now,
Black
Barry
Jack
Windham.
Mulligan's son.
You
Oh
talk
my
about a
Yeah.
ring?
God.
Yeah, they
Black
Blackjack sons.
Black Jack Mulligan's son.
When you talk about ring generals, Barry
Hmm.
Windham, one of
Yeah,
the best in-ring
Barry
generals I've ever seen
Wyndham.
in my
yeah,
damn life.
Damn.
yeah,
Barry
yeah.
Windham.
Amen. Amen.
Barry
Amen.
Windham.
Yeah.
I think he was.
100%,
80s
man.
Barry
Oh my
Windham,
God, bro.
Hey, by the way,
outstanding.
But how long? Why did it take Kendall so long to get the love? Because it took him a long time. But I loved Kendall.
Yeah, but see,
No,
Yeah.
but he never
Kendall
reached. He never
always
reached.
lived to the
He never.
comparisons of Barry. Barry
Right,
was
hey,
right. And
Raphael,
outstanding
correct
on
Barry
the
was a
mic.
that.
natural.
he couldn't live up
He
to
was a
Yeah, but
Barry.
Barry,
natural.
the
He
only thing
couldn't
that
live up
held
to Barry.
Barry back was Barry would lose the focus. He would lose the drive. He just didn't have that. If Barry Windham had Ric Flair's passion, Barry Windham might go down, might have been the all-time greatest. He just didn't have
Woo!
Ric Flair's
Damn.
passion.
Of all time.
He
Of
just
all
didn't have
time.
Ric
No,
Flair's passion.
literally, because you had other wrestlers. You can
Barry was
say on
outstanding.
record there was other wrestlers that just shoot. They just shoot interviews, and everybody said, "Who was that one wrestler?" And everybody would say Barry Windham.
Barry Windham,
Everybody said Barry was that type of
he was
dude that
outstanding.
would sit
He was,
there.
man.
Yo, he did. Yo, he wouldn't even know. You didn't even have to walk through the match with him. He just knew what to do, how
Yeah,
to do it, when to do it. He just was that good. He was a natural.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And he just had a God given talent for the ring. You just got guys and women that are naturals for the ring, and it's like wow, you looking at somebody like I would say Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is a natural,
Yep.
Flair is a natural. Like you got certain
Man, I
people
got to get
like
ready to go
heels
back.
that you
Man,
can know name
thank
Hey,
y'all.
hey,
name it like the
before you
Brooklyn
go,
Brawler,
let me
like
ask you
those
a
guys.
question because I know you will know this.
Yeah,
Was Buzz Sawyer crazy for real?
Praise the Lord.
That's a good question, Big Nick. Hey, Big
Cause
Nick,
he played that
do you
part
remember?
like for real.
Big Nick, do you remember
I
Buzz
heard
Sawyer?
some stories about him in bars.
Those,
So
yeah,
hey,
you remember those
Hey,
guys,
Big Nick,
that era,
remember
that
you remember
80s and
Buzz Sawyer
70s
brother?
era,
mhm.
that was a different breed. That 80s era,
Yeah, buddy.
especially that NWA, that Mid South,
yeah,
man.
Don't forget CWF
Yep.
Championship Wrestling from Florida.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Butch
Hey,
Reed,
Big.
Yeah,
Dusty
buddy.
Rhodes, Kevin
Tyree
Sullivan, all those
Fry,
guys.
Yeah, yeah,
Tyree
yeah.
Fry, Hacksaw Butch Slip. Come on, man.
Huh? Man, we got, man, I love
Hacksaw
chopping
Butch
it up
Reed,
about this, man.
Mm.
shit.
Hey,
Easy
Big
You
Nick,
Slick,
had you
Tyree
also had
Fry,
the
Sweet Brown
Freebirds.
Sugar.
Big
Uh-huh.
Nick, I got a
That was
question for you,
Coco
Big
Yes,
Nick.
Beware.
sir.
Big Nick,
And like
you
y'all
remember
don't
Buzz
remember Sue
I'm
Sawyer?
Brown
about to
took
head
it
on
took
out,
it
Big Nick,
guys.
you
south.
remember
That was
Buzz
Pop
Sawyer
Bobby
brother?
Ware.
Ooh,
Remember Buzz Sawyer brother, Big Nick?
The Von
was it
Erichs.
No, Brett Sawyer.
Moran? Bugsy Moran?
All
No,
right,
no, no,
call
no,
guys. I
no,
catch y'all
no.
on the next
Buzz
one,
Sawyer.
man.
All right,
All
bro.
right,
All
man.
right,
Hands
Damien.
up, guys.
Buzz
Yeah, I'm about
Sawyer.
to
Hands
head
up.
out
Buzz
too.
Sawyer
Have
had
a good one, guys.
Buzz Sawyer had a brother named Brett Sawyer.
I vaguely.
Oh yeah, he wasn't in
Hey,
wrestling long. He tried it out, but it didn't work out because he couldn't keep up with
you know
Buzz
how
Sawyer.
Cody Rhodes, intro to say wrestling has more than one royal family. You know what royal family they always keep out? Road Dog family, the Grahams.
Oh, that's right. You talking about like Mike Graham and them?
Not superstar
You talking
Billy
about like
Graham, but Mike Graham and his
Mike
daddy
Graham? Right,
and
right.
Road Dog, all of them the Grahams. They got referee Scott Graham.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So I remember Mike Graham. You talking about natural wrestler? Mike Graham was a natural wrestler.
Yeah, didn't his brother with like
Yup.
Armstrong or something?
They always forget about the Grahams. They still
Oh,
one of them is still a referee right now.
Oh, look at the Ortons.
Well,
It's only been three
Bob
of
Orton,
them.
yeah, but he was just a good
Yeah,
heel, but he
that's
Man,
was
true.
nowhere
listen.
near Randy.
All I know is
Nah,
when I was growing up,
Randy's all.
I grew up with Man of the Hour, and I remember him saying one of his greatest wrestlers of all time was Shane Douglas.
oh yeah, I
Hell
remember
I ain't
no.
never
Shane
get
Douglas.
with Shane Douglas. I
Did
never got him.
Hell no.
Never got him.
Shane Douglas had that slingshot move off
I
the ring,
didn't,
but
man. Hey, I hated that dude, bro.
I'm
Don't
gonna tell
listen
you
to this
another
man.
wrestler I never got, and I know y'all gonna laugh at me for this. I never got Kurt Hennig either. I never got him.
What?
I just did.
Oh,
I
he
just
was one
didn't
of the
see
Kurt
it.
yo. He was a
Hennig.
I didn't.
great
Yeah,
worker.
the angle.
Actually,
I
I
He
didn't
was
like
a
get him.
Mr.
great
Mr.
worker,
Perfect. I ain't
dude.
gonna lie,
He's a
Mr.
Yeah,
I
Perfect
you
bro.
was
think
talking
a
his
about
really
dad. I
good
think his
wrestler.
dad was a wrestler too.
you talking about
Kurt Hennig.
the angle, Kurt Hennig?
I think it was a finisher. I think the perfect plex. Like, come on, man.
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, Mr.
That was
Perfect.
the shit back in the day,
He
though.
stole
That was the shit
he
back in the
stole all
day.
his moves
When
from
you was
Greg
a kid, I was a
Valentine.
kid back in those days. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
never got
but
him.
he was
I
just
like
one
the
of those
lineman
guys
too.
that Vince, they like that angle, just that whole setup, his persona, it fit him,
And
and
I'm gonna
it
tell
fit him
y'all,
perfectly,
one of the
and it
most
just
underrated
triggered with
wrestlers,
me.
right? Because his characters held him back because they gave him the wrong character. But I used to love Leaping Lanny Poffo, man.
Yeah, that's he
Oh, he was the
related
That's
man,
to
Macho Man
No,
brother.
he's
That's
always
Macho
Macho
Man
getting
brother.
Man.
Macho
defeated in
Man.
four.
Yeah,
He's the one that's always coming in there getting defeated in 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
But when they did give him a push, like you could see it, Lanny was all right, man.
The tush push.
Leaping Lanny Powerful. Yeah. Yep, yep, yeah.
Yeah, because the Macho Man realized, yeah, they dad was a professional wrestler too.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
Macho Man was a pop last name was Papo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
that's his real
Italian.
life
Mm.
brother, Lanny Poffo. Oh, the
Oh, okay.
poet. Went to the poet after that.
Yeah, I think that's funny that Hogan tried to steal Macho Man's story about he was a baseball player and he was trying to steal his story.
oh my God, that guy.
Who was
So
that guy
who's
that
y'all all
couldn't
time favorite? Because who's y'all all time favorite? I got two. I got Undertaker and Macho Man. Who y'all favorite all time?
Flair.
Undertaker or Macho Man? I'll probably go with Macho.
No, those are my two favorite. Macho Man and Undertaker. They number
Oh,
1 and 1A for me.
I don't
oh.
know, man. That's.
you know what? I just think I
No,
just
mine's
thought
is
I mean,
Hogan
Ricky
Hogan
Steamboat and Brett the Hitman.
no Hogan did have an enemy named Bob what was it, Ventura? Y'all remember Ventura?
yeah, I couldn't stand him either.
He could not stand Hulk Hogan.
Jesse the
Ventura.
Body.
Too much
Jesse the
Jesse the
Jesse the
Body,
Body
Body.
right.
What you
Ventura.
saying?
Oh,
Yeah,
your boy didn't like him either. They never wrestled, but he didn't like him because he stole his whole gimmick. Superstar
Yeah.
Billy Graham.
Yeah,
yeah, he
yeah, yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
Superstar
Right
definitely.
on that,
He
right
stole.
on that big
He
Nick.
stole his
Yeah,
whole
Hogan
gimmick.
stole his jig. Yeah, Hogan stole it.
Well, guys, I gotta roll out, man. It was great being on
Yeah,
today, man. But I gotta roll
we
out and
Yeah.
gotta
take
shut
care of
it
some
down.
things,
Yeah,
man.
All
once you
right,
get
Doc
out,
was running.
we shut it down.
All right, bro. The Undertaker despised Hulk
All
Hogan.
right, guys. I'll see
Hey,
y'all in a
so
couple weeks,
He
I would
man.
did.
say
And
two
we'll be
weeks.
talking about
in 2 weeks we'll do the
2 weeks we'll be
WrestleMania
talking
aftermath.
about.
Yes, please do the
Absolutely,
after
guys. Thanks for
WrestleMania.
coming through. Thanks for
Yep.
everybody joining us.
All
Without a
right, so
doubt,
see y'all
man,
in 2 weeks.
I'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
All
Before you
right.
go, how long do Jay hold
Peace.
on to the title? Do Jay make the next pay per view?
Huh?
How long do Jay hold on to the title?
Jay Uso,
Yeah.
I give him a year run.
A
Oh
year.
hell no.
I think he gets a year run. I think he gets a year run. And then you can set it up with him. Roman can be envious of him because Roman
Well,
won't
they
have the
ain't get
title,
Drew
but his
that long.
brother
Come on,
will.
stop playing. They ain't get Drew that long.
I'm just saying. Just saying. Just we'll see how it plays out. But have a good day, guys.
All right.
Everybody, thanks
Yeah,
for
I
All right.
tuning
appreciate
in.
everybody
All
for
right.
coming through. And by the way,
All right.
I can't wait to see
Peace.
what Crypto's next wrestler is gonna be in 2 weeks.
Devontae Parker.
Right.
Yes. All
Okay.
right, y'all. Fins up.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.